2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I could flip a dollar to $1 million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. 3, 2, 1. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. It's a new day, days been new. Been a decade since I made it out of rental. We some owners, baby, we don't got no rent due. Might trick, but my wife, you like to trick too. Merry Christmas, hey Saint Nick. What we want get, we on wait list. How we got here doesn't make sense. Have patience, that'll make sense. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I could flip a dollar to $1 million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. 3, 2, 1. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. Picking up the slack, Jordan in his prime, way I'm getting to the rack. I do what I want, when I want, where I want, no cap. Put in all work, now I'm getting to the back. 25-8, I got money on my mind. Live life great, but I'm always on the grind. Navy blue tank, I don't wear it for the time. Real hustler, baby, throw my rollie in the sky.
Get ready for blast off.
Ball pointing cushy, so you know it's berserk. Trevor on the mix, so you know we gon' work. I might leave in wine, find a beach and go surf. I'ma ride the wave till I'm out of this earth. 3.
I'm back in my bag, yo. Conscious. ISO. Diamond. Back in my bag and I gotta brag, I do this shit for real. When we was down and we had nothing, we had to share a meal. We put the shit in overdrive with no steering wheel. Shorty throw that thing back in a pair of heels. Yeah, she be riding on that thing like a Ferris wheel. Yeah, I love them dark skin, brown skin, caramel. You know I had to bring it to the hood like she Karen Civil when she keep on turning head. Cause when she walk that thing jiggle. And we going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back flow, we back again so highly. This that back in my back flow, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back flow, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my back flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, yeah, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this my, back in my bag flow. Back again, yeah, we keep on stacking it, what's happening? Everything in Gucci got me feeling like I'm dapper then. Life has been a movie, yeah, so shout out to the cameraman. Pull up to the scene, it's going down like an avalanche. Steady going up like a travel plan. Homer Simpson face, lucky power plant. Yeah, I'm off that dope, like I'm back again to busy at the Millies. Out on Club Hurst, give the word if it's a cinch, love forgive me. Still having motion, dog, so why would I slow it? Make it rain on them, bust a band, then you throw it. We was steady having it, even at our lowest. High speed road runner, keep my motor going. Hey, people feel away, but they don't show it. Gotta watch the people that's around you, that you grow it. They be coming around you with some plans to steal your moment. Soon as I bust a nut, she be like, baby, where you going? Never slowing down, it's enough to go around. Yeah, you probably knew it's then, but really you don't know it's now. Niggas let it show and tell, but all my niggas know me well. It was either chase a dream or go to jail, but none of us ain't going. Going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back flow, we back again so highly. This that back in my back flow, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back flow, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my back flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, yeah, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this my, back in my bag flow,
Yeah, not for real. Double I. Do or die, you already know. Don't try.
Yeah. Murray. Got the world in a spin. Blades in my hand, got the world in a spin. Javon's knife flicks, let the show begin. Every move sharp like the edge I hold. Stories untold, sharper than gold. Flick life, twist life, every frame tight. Knives on the screen, cutting through the night. Subscribers piling up like stacks on stacks. Javon's in the zone, ain't no turning back. Clicks and views, yeah, they fly like sparks. Knives in the dark, carving out my mark. From ballad songs, flipping to the sickest tricks. Juvon's knife flicks, where legends are lit. Every video's fresh like a polished blade. Precision and grind, that's how dreams get paid. Cutting through limits, breaking the streak. Juvon on the rise, every fan's heartbeat. From tutorials fire to unboxings insane. Content so slick, you won't leave the lane. Blood, sweat, crips stealing every flick. And Juvon's world sharp is the only pick. Flick life, twist life, every frame tight. Knives on the screen, cutting through the night. Subscribers piling up like stacks on stacks. Juvon's in the zone, ain't no turning back. lights go dark, the stream comes on. Javon's here, the vibe is strong. Click and clack, the steel in sight. Every edge sharp in Friday night. Night flicks dance under the light. Blades that shine and cut so tight. Handles spin and edges glide. Friday night flicks worldwide. He talks the craft with steady flow. Steel and story you'll wanna know. Flick of the wrist, how smooth it goes. Every frame a master show. Night flicks dance under the light. Blades that shine and cut so tight. Handles spin and edges glide. Friday night flicks worldwide.
Because we can listen a little bit, but are you high on cigarettes? And when that stuff runs out, you're gonna want to make it. Are you high on cigarettes?
Let's watch two wrongs witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch two wrongs witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch two wrongs witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch two wrongs witness and get high on cigarettes. Do you know that you're right or wrong? 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 He don't smoke 'em, but he loves it when you do. That's why he's high on cigarettes. And if you find him, you should light him with a few. He's getting high on cigarettes. Let's watch two wrongs witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch two wrongs witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch two wrongs witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch two wrongs witness and get high on cigarettes. Do you know that you're right or wrong? Do you know that you're right or wrong? Do you know that you're right or wrong? Do you know that you're right or wrong?
What is up, guys and gals? Can y'all hear me? Am I too loud? Am I not loud enough? I'm early a little bit because I know it's always short on Friday nights because we butt up against Sid's faction, which is always a good time. I kind of consider us the warm up, like the pre-show for Sid faction. I hope everybody had a great week. It is Friday. It is Friday Night Flicks. I am stoked to be here. I'm going to say hey to everybody that was in here earlier, and I'm going to try to roll through it quick. We had Henry G, channel member, was in the house. We had Marco, channel member, in the house. Space Ghost in the house this afternoon. Bama Ninja stopped by. And we had Ground Fog stopping by. We had B Shady, channel member, stop by. And then tonight, we had Miss Kathleen Smith pop in early. Good to see you, Kathleen. And then we had Maxilla stop in. Good to see you, Maxilla. Welcome, welcome, welcome. B Shady's back, as is Marco. Bama Ninja was going to be coming back soon. Might be back by now, but I'm going to kind of scroll. I'm probably behind. We got Maxilla in the house. Paul Mills, the man, the myth, the legend, my brother, and a channel member. Good to see you, Paul Mills. Sierra Rick is in the house. The Hinder XM18 liner lock got released in the Hinder site about an hour ago. Sweet. I'd like to check that out. Is that like the skinny? We'll go look at that in a second because there's something else I want to show you guys. We've actually got some nice stuff to look at tonight that I think you guys will enjoy. I've enjoyed it, but that's news to me. So thanks for sharing, Sierra Rick. We will go there is just 2 seconds. And the good news is they'll probably show up somewhere else like DLT, USA Made Blades, if they're gone from the Hinder site, because they tend to get out of there pretty quick, but we'll see. We got Richard Hopkins in the house, the man, the myth, the legend. Huge contributor to the channel also, like all of you guys. Neil McKenzie's in the house. My brother, Neil, is in the house. Good to see you, channel member. I know I'm skipping over people, but I'm trying to roll close to where we can go look at some stuff, even though we're early. So I guess we're in no rush. But it looks like everybody, Ed is in the house. Hello, brother Ed. Good to see you, my friend. I think I said hey to Space Ghost. I know he was here earlier. Channel member is back in the house. Good to see you, Space Ghost. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bama Ninja, about to... I love it. Ozzy Osbourne. I haven't watched a lot of that footage, but I heard the Black Sabbath final show was epic. I did see some Steven Tyler clips, which for 72 or 73, however old or young he is, he was killing it. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go to Hinder Knives. Just because I know not everybody's into Hinder Knives, so we won't stay there long. But if there's something new there, I was researching this because I did a review on one from my local knife store and found it interesting, to say the least, when I learned about what all goes into these battlefield pickups. Stabilizer. There's a Spanto liner lock, guys. See, we're gonna get a good look at that lock. I've never looked at, I would assume it's a little thinner. What's the back side of the knife look like? I'm a little confused. Let's see what it says. The Spanto blade is best of both words, blah, blah. It's just a blade. Still $425, so it costs just as much as a frame lock. Here's a skinny slicer clips frame lock. All right, here's a Spanto liner lock, which is still just showing me the show side. I'm curious. Okay. Here's the clip side. So G10 on both sides. You got a liner. Very cool. I'm sure it's a thick liner. This is just going to talk about the blade, the aggressor blade. That one's sold out, of course. Or is it? Yeah. But that's a knife that I don't think I'm that familiar with. Sierra Rick, I appreciate you sharing that, because those of you that are Hinderer guys, which I've got my clips out here, and I'm a big Hinderer fan. A lot of people, love them, hate them. I used to not care that much for them. I was indifferent to them. Hold on, guys. But then as I kind of went through in my my hobby, my collecting, Homer Felites, channel member, what is up, brother? Good to see you, man. Joe Isabella, channel member, slipped in the house. I missed him too. Good to see you, buddy. But as I got into the hobby more and checked out Because of Dark Gravity, the one we all love, who introduced me to this little 3-inch XM18 before Blade Show 2022, I want to say, and said, just carry it, see if you like it. And this is a small one, which at the time was the size knife that I was really into. It's the only one that's got a micarta scale. It had G10. I just can't find a titanium battle black. This is a battle black Skinner grind. Kind of rare, kind of cool. But from this, I really began to understand the Hinder lore, I guess, from this guy's perspective. And I've picked up several Hinder since and have had no regrets. And the good news is I can probably sell them for almost what I've got in them, so I'm not that worried about it if I ever needed to. Hey, Jason. Welcome, brother. Jason Carl's in the house. Good to see you, Jason. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. The other thing, I've got a review coming out tomorrow. I've got to send this off to Tri-State. Before I do, this is the EMP EDC Nimble Gen 3. Gen 3, you ask. What's different? Well, I've got a Nimble Gen 1 X. This is a Nimble X with the sheep's foot blade. This is a Nimble X with a spear point blade, like the regular Nimble. So there's several differences. This is evolved. This is a Gen 1. And you'll notice that it's got kind of a wide area right here where that flipper tab buries. So you've got kind of a wide spread between where you go to hold that knife. Gen 1, OEM by QSP, got a frag pattern, cool knife, flat ground, all good. I think this is M390 because it's an older knife. So now we come to the Gen 3, which is the third generation or iteration of this knife. And it's got a diamond mill pattern. It's now, what's up, Kyle? It's now OEM by Tech. And it's got this low profile flipper action, which is just looks like a little flipper tab instead of a square kind of part of a rectangle. And I'll show you why that's important here in a second. But the Nimble and the Nimble X was kind of the first multi-deployment fidget knife. It had a top flipper, it had the blade holes, and it had the regular traditional flipper. Well, by having that smaller flipper, you'll notice now that you've got very little area between this choil and the grip. So it really makes an ergonomical difference, just that little flipper tab. Plus, I think it gives it, because of the jimping, more gas if you want it to have more gas. The other thing that it does that the old versions didn't do is this one's Magna Cut and it's hollow ground. So you've got a very thin hollow ground blade as opposed to the flat ground blade. And these are on the site now, available to be immediately shipped. I'm sending this one out Monday to Cole, Tri-State, so I'm sure he'll take pretty pictures of it. But it is a gorgeous knife. We'll look in a second. I think they've got several configurations. But I'm an EMP EDC fanboy, legit. I mean, I was buying these knives because of Lefty, I believe, starting with the Nimble, then a Thick Boy. Over the years, I bought a Ronin. I bought a Nimble T, the Tonto, the Nimble X, which the best tech first one I experienced was the this one right here. I forget what it's called. I forget the name of this one right here, but this is the first best tech OEM'd EMP EDC, which to me, I can tell a difference in the fit and finish between this and the older QSPs. But I really think if you guys like the Nimble, if you've been wanting a Nimble X and did not know they were coming out, or if you knew they were coming out, there's still a few in stock, and they're not pre-orders. They are in, ready to go. Kyle, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. What's up, everyone in chat? I said everyone saw hi, but I didn't interrupt you, Javon. So,
no, dude, you jump in anytime. We're not. You're never interrupting. We're just talking.
Well, you were talking your story, so I didn't want to say, but I saw them say, "Hey, Bama, Marco, Shady, Machinist, Cheeto,
What's
Sarah,
up,
Rick,
Machinist? I didn't say
Richard."
hey to the Maroney either.
Anyone else I missed? Hello, Drizzy.
Drew, dude. What's up, brother? I think Shane's going to try to join us.
Was he?
Yeah, I hope so. We talked later tonight. He called and just checked out, and I was going to show you something that I had a question about, dude. I got this Kaiser, a couple of Kaisers in, I was telling you. One of them's this knife called the Polaris. It's a bushcrafting knife. And I don't know if you can see this little indention in the handle.
Okay.
That's if you'd want to put a rod in it and a bow to kind of make a fire. So when I show you this blade, I don't know what the function is outside, possibly from what I can tell from the literature, is stabilizing the weight, but it's got to have some bushcrafting purpose that I'm not aware of. So
can you make yourself bigger so I can see it better when you do that?
I will. Let me make this big. And then I'll make it go away. We're going to solo that. So what you've got is you've got a very basic bushcrafting blade, right?
Okay.
Scandi grind.
Yep.
It is a chisel grind, right?
Let me see the other side.
That's what I don't understand. Totally flat, except for this material that's removed. It looks like it's been chewed out by a beaver.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if that's because of some technique that you use in bushcrafting. They show it as not sticking to food. They show this knife on their literature as cutting through vegetables around a campfire, whittling wood, feather sticking wood, doing stuff like that. And then it even comes on this sheath, which I found odd. You see that little diamond edge there?
Okay.
That's allegedly to make it very easy to keep this maintained in the field, this AEBL steel, because I guess you just sharpen the one side and strop it. I don't know, but I can't figure that out for the life of me. They call it a fuller.
My first thoughts, one, I'm not a bushcrafter, so I'll preface it with that. Two, that's a little bit odd unless it is a cosmetic choice, because I don't see that as being any type of food release method. Food release is typically done with like an S grind or a hollow grind, but that doesn't necessarily have any major benefit unless it's weight relief or a cosmetic.
And maybe it has to do with balancing the weight, because it is an Ozzo design.
Yeah, but I mean, even being chisel ground, you're not having the weight balance that substantially different from side to side, so that shouldn't make that big a difference.
Why would you not leave that flat? Why would you not make it like a straight fuller that a machine cut out? Why would you just have it look like a beaver?
Yeah, that's, to me, that's tacky looking, but I don't know their reasoning behind it. But
I will tell you this: I've got a tree that fell out behind my house. It's kind of an old weed that's really good for hacking on, and this knife will shred through some wood. It's got a really nice gent spine. It's not, it's a sub $100 knife by a bunch. I don't know how I would employ a bow to start a fire, but it's definitely got a sharp enough blade to blow a ferro rod off. I just don't know if.
Okay,
it just seems like that should be something, but I'm not seeing. It is very weird looking.
Someone said that they thought it was a tribute, and that could be. I don't know anything about that, but I don't see a functioning purpose to that.
Yeah, I don't really either. What's going on, Ron? I've kind of been impressed that they're doing different stuff. I mean, granted, Concept I've noticed works with designers that they like. Kaiser works with designers. So I guess you're seeing more fresh stuff. I thought this was interesting. You see that?
Okay.
That's called a hidden. I'll say it wrong. We'll look it up in a second. But that's a little AEBL double-sided.
Jared Oser.
Right. But I don't think it is.
Or not Oser. I meant Lundquist. Excuse me.
Yeah, it is a Jacob Lundquist. You're exactly right.
Yeah, because Lundquist used to do a small one of those. What's up, Jay?
Yeah, and this is kind of a good size. It's not too large. Now, what I don't understand is, I guess because of the jimping, you hold it like this in a pinch grip.
Right.
I wouldn't feel comfortable ramming it into a 2x4 like that.
Well, it's because your hand will slide right off of it. And go
exactly. but it's a different knife. The hidden,
Is it actually it's sharpened double or is it a faux double?
it feels. Let's do a paper cut test. It feels sharp, but I don't know how they can get away with doing that. I think this one side. Well, I mean they both seem to kind of slice. They could both be touched up, but that's one side, that's the other.
Okay. Well, some companies do those faux doubles, so that's why I wasn't sure.
Very light, very thin, and again another well under $100 pokey stabby slurpee saver.
Yeah, I'm not a dagger person, but they have a purpose.
I've never been one, never had any desire for one. And again, they did show them cutting straps on their
Hey.
literature.
1 second.
Which I could see it being good for that. But Deuces Wild, what's up?
So, Deuces, let me ask you this. So, I'm familiar with S grinds for food release, but I've never heard of holes being that. To me, that would be more negative because you'd have potential for food sticking in there. The S grind typically will push the food away from the center of the blade to be able to have separation and not stick. But give me some more information. I'm not familiar with the brand.
We got some facts coming in from Geek Machinist. I'm going to share it real quick. And Deuces Wild, I'm going to take this away. Any of our guesses are. Let's go to our favorite David C. Anderson.
That's fine. That's why I was just asking his opinion because I never heard of the Granton, but I'm familiar with other styles. So
For some reason, there he is. Let's get him big because he's talking about the Polaris, is what it's called. And yes, I'd like to have premium, so I won't get. That means I'm about to get hammered with the commercial.
You can get it either with 1095 carbon steel, a classic for bushcraft and outdoor use for sure. You've also got AEBL stainless steel, which is not the edge retention champ that something like MagnaCut is, but it's even tougher in some instances than MagnaCut usually is. AEBL takes a fine edge and is incredibly tough thanks to its very fine grain on the 1095 version. You've also got this.
If you didn't
chisel
hear,
ground
they also
version.
make this in 1095.
Looks the same though, right? What are you talking about? Well, look at the back of that bad boy. You've got these milled divots that are kind of mimicking Yakut style knife.
Yakut style, mimicking Yakut style, whatever that means.
Which is a Siberian indigenous people who traditionally would forge knives with this type of hollow on one side and would usually be a convex edge on the other, not a chisel grind like this. But due to the availability of materials that allowed them to do wider knives using less steel, that was primarily, I think, the reason.
Hey, David, don't copyright strike me. I'm trying to figure something out. I'm not stealing your content, dude.
You would also get left and right-handed knives as a result of that. So this is kind of paying homage to that. Now,
so stylistically, let's see if he's going to give us a real quick functional interest, and we'll get away from it forever.
What's up, John?
You've got the two. Like I said, you can get the AEBL.
Are you coming back from Atlanta, buddy? Is that where you were today?
Yeah, I've already made it back from Atlanta. I'm headed back up to Russellville now.
For pleasure or for work?
Work, my dog, work. No, I went over to Atlanta today. Mine and my wife's real close friends were getting engaged, so they did it on the in the stadium. They did it on the field there at the Braves.
Okay, so you weren't at a game. That's why it looked like there weren't a lot of people. Y'all were doing a private event.
Yeah, exactly. They're playing the Yankees tonight. They're actually playing right now, but I couldn't stay for the game. I needed to get back up here, get ready for tomorrow. So
you're hard at it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Do I know?
Did you just happen to end up at the Fruit Bowl or Punch Bowl, or did you just drop by and recognize it?
we ate at a restaurant right across the street from it, and that's why I was out there.
Dude,
I
what's
figured y'all would
funny?
recognize it.
Well, I wouldn't have. The only thing that I recognize is, remember Sunday how I got in because I had a green band on? The
Yeah,
green band said Punch Bowl on it. That's the only way. You could have dropped me off in front of that place. Had the name not been there, I'd have had no idea where it was. I remember the view from upstairs, sitting there
Yeah.
looking out and how nice it was. I don't remember jumping out of our
Yeah.
bougie utility vehicle and walking into that place. No recollection whatsoever. Again, that was a hairy night. I'm going to go real quick and see if David C. Anderson gives me any information I can't live without, but we're almost done.
With or without this feature, you can get the 1095 with or without this feature, and every one of the 4 versions has a unique handle. So check them out down below.
So it sounds like it's purely stylistic.
Well, that's what I was having a conversation with Deuces about. So, like, yeah, there are some kitchen knives out there, Santukos and other ones that do have, you've seen oval, and that's a food release, but I've not seen one with being chiseled, so I'm not sure how that makes it. And the Scandi, the combination just seems wild to me. But
well, keep in mind, it's mainly the pictures show it cutting wood. The only picture of it on their marketing materials, which mean nothing, I get that, are it cutting a couple of tomatoes. Here, I'm going to pull it up. We're going to look at how they portray it, because I couldn't learn anything about it. I've not talked about it yet. I just unboxed it. So this one might not have. Let's see if this one doesn't have the funny side.
And yeah,
Wow.
just the combination of those didn't seem to add up. That's why I was confused.
Well, this one looks like it might be a conventional grind. That looks like a conventional Scandi, doesn't it? That doesn't look like, or does it look like a chisel? Maybe it does. That does not look like it has the funky chewed out side.
No, yeah, that's a flat back, and that's not a chisel because that's the Scandi on both sides. You see,
You're
it
right.
there.
So it's Scandi on both sides.
So having a chisel and the scallops just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't. This picture.
But he said it's also an homage. So if they're doing it to be where something that was done in the past, maybe it's more form than function.
Yeah, I mean, and I see kind of what you're saying about it seems like food would be trapped in there as opposed to it keeping, but maybe with wood, if you're doing, woodworking like that, it helps it from getting hung up. These are the only pictures, I don't know if you can see these, where it shows that little grindy thing.
What the fuck?
One where they're sharpening it.
You all right, buddy?
You talking to me?
No, Ryan.
Oh, where's Ryan? Let me get back over here. He's driving, dude. Hope he's not tired. He's probably been burning the candle with both ends.
No, he had a little road rage. Making Charles look everything's okay.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I was just bored, so I was going to hop on.
How is your road rage therapy, your self-administered road rage therapy going? Are you counting to 10? Are you getting any better? Or
yeah.
Angry?
Yeah, I can't stand it when somebody's in the left lane, slow down to 60, speed up to 80, slow down to 60. So, like, you go around them, and they don't let you pass them.
It's frustrating, and you don't want to get somebody. You never know if they're drinking or not. That's good information, Deuces. I appreciate anybody sharing, because Kyle will be the first to tell you, as will Ryan. I know very little. Ryan, you recognize this? I know you can't really see.
Yeah, it looks really small.
It's my buddy A to Z's. It's the Dixon.
Oh, you kind of that going. Yeah.
It's got some Dixon energy, but I just reviewed it. Did a show and tell more than reviewed it. He ordered it from the McNeese site last week. Got it shipped out. Got it really quick. But I love the blade hole. And I can't
like
figure
it
out the
too.
milling on it because it's got micro milling on it, dude. I know yours does too, but it's hard to see it.
Yeah, it is. Like he did a really good job on that. And the
Oh,
more I
beautiful,
carry that
beautiful
knife, the
job.
more I fall in love with it.
It's a gorgeous knife. I mean, and you got some bangers to compare it to. That's a gorgeous knife. How are you liking your Jurassic? Are you carrying it much?
Yes, I like everything about it. The only thing that I'm having to kind of figure out is the flipper. It's so big. And Kyle made a good point the other night that it's designed to be carried like people wearing gloves.
Right.
So that makes sense, but like it's almost like I have to close it twice. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll drop down, hit my thumb, and then I've got to work the mechanism again to get the blade to shut the rest of the way.
Oh, you're getting double clutch out of it?
Yeah, something like that, I guess. And I don't know if that's something I can adjust.
Well, they also have to break in too. So, like when you get a new hinder, the studs are so hard. The studs are so hard to open. I mean, it's like you feel like you have no thumbs. So,
right,
they got to break in a little bit, and some of that action will break in too.
But I know what you're saying too. It'll catch you like this. Eclipse is a factory flipper delete. But sometimes when I would click it, the flipper tab would catch my finger. And the good thing about fingers, if you just keep the flipper tab, which I think you get used to it. I love my flipper. That one they have flippers, and I've gotten really used to them. They're very, very functional. But you can do a very easy flipper delete.
Yeah, and that's one of those things too. The more I carry it, the more I'm liking it. I know the first time I carried it, I wasn't used to the weight. Like it's a little heavier than what I'm used to, but it didn't take but about an hour. Yeah, it didn't take but about an hour of it being in my pocket. It's like I forgot it was there. So once I got used to it, I actually liked the knife a whole lot. So.
You got the slicer grind, right? So yours should be pretty slicey.
Yeah.
Brian, you carrying that Sibin yet?
Hang on, not to work. I may stick it in my pocket to carry out to eat or something like that. But Lord have mercy, that sucker. That's probably the sharpest knife I've got.
Which one's that, Kyle?
That concept Sibin I sold him.
Oh, did you get it just super scary sharp?
Bro, he put an edge on that thing. I swear, like I was going to use it as a work knife, and hell, I'm afraid I'm going to cut my arm off with it.
You'll get it. Just use that edge. That's what it's for.
That one turned out good.
Oh, it did, boy. It's sharp.
I got a concept knife that has blown my mind, and I have to give credit where credit's due to Knives Fast KC. I've never owned one of his Tempest knives. I've never really wanted one, but this is the concept Thunderhead. It's a collaboration between KC and Concept. Listen to this ting.
It's got a good sound to it.
It's got a very good sound to it, and it's got a very good cutting blade. Like if you're a guy like me who just cuts shit, random shit, cardboard and stuff, this is a great cutter. It's just got a tall, flat grind. Sub $200, S35 VN. I think it's a good one. Full size knife, got a little carbon fiber, or you can get other finishes. And Casey did a great job. I even sent him a DM after I reviewed it, telling him that I was very impressed with it. I think he was surprised.
It's a good looking knife.
I think it's the look is okay. It kind of has that penguin look like a lot of them have, that's kind of a aggressive forehead, so to speak, if you would. And but it's super functional. The hole you can get from anywhere on the knife. It's only got that. Well, it's got a really good front flipper too, if you're a front flipper guy, which I'm not. But this one actually has a little curvature. I don't know if you can see that, but the little flipper tab kind of curves. So from a front flipper standpoint, it's very easy to rip it. And again, it's funny for me to say that. I hate a front flipper, but it's jimped all the way around, and it fires out, and it's got a great sound. It's got that little lingering ting.
Yeah, I like that. You only get that out of titanium, don't you?
You know, I don't know if it's the blade thickness, what the acoustics come off of, because I know winter blade companies used to get it. Kyle, is it a blade thickness thing? Is it just a random acoustical occurrence, or why does some ting and some don't?
Several different ways, but I'm not an expert on that. But I know that there are several different styles of knives that have accomplished that. I know Scott Stills with Edgy Blade Works gets it through backspacer, I believe.
Because the way the acoustics are lit out of that area, he's got a floating backspacer, I'm assuming, of some sort.
No, there's a certain way he puts a cutout in there that creates a noise.
Oh, so he actually plans it.
Yeah.
Mimo, how cool is that? Chito.
Yeah, there's a combination of things how it can do it. And I know that it's done several different ways. I mean, yeah, right there. Steel liner G10 scales of tings with a titanium clip. So there's different paths to that. I got 2 knives back today that were out getting worked on.
Oh, some of your knives, personal knives?
Yeah.
What'd you get, dude? That's exciting sometimes, especially if they've been out for a while.
Well, they weren't out very long. My buddy was doing them. I just got some coatings done. He's a master Cerakoter, but he also does manufacturing parts and stuff. He's got a badass shop. I went and hung out with him yesterday for a little bit, and then dropped off some stuff. And here's the first one.
Ooh, is that your soft? What's it called? Swordfish?
Sabertooth.
Sabertooth. Why do I call it a swordtooth fish? Is it black Cerakoted or like a sniper gray?
It's cobalt black.
Let me make you bigger for a second.
Completely matte finish. Like you can't.
Oh wow. What would it have taken to do the blade? Would that have been a hassle?
I didn't want the blade coated. I don't like coated blades, but
no, I get that. I get that, especially if you're a sharpener. It's the last thing you want to deal with.
That's me on that, but the
how does it feel? Softer?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's really, really nice now. I like the black you did on there.
So does he hang that like you would a piece of any type of material you're going to finish, and then spray it and then let it dry?
He's got all kinds of. He's got like 6 spray booths plus a bunch of ovens, and he does this. He doesn't do like customer work like individual.
He did you a solid like buddy favor.
Yeah, he does everything. He does is contract based, so it's not like it's a. He's not doing individual stuff. And then this one is my MBK Rosalinda that I wanted done kind of something in my traditional logo colors. So that is the Rosalinda in squatch green and black. And that's showing up more yellow on screen than it is in person.
It looks green. It looks like a kind of a olivey, foresty.
No, this is more. This is actually more of like a brighter green, closer to the color, my logo color. That's
really like your Klingenwek logo color.
Yeah, that's what I did. And it looks really, really close to that in person. That's showing up as.
And he did the hardware too for you in black.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks sick, dude. Open it up if you don't mind.
I like that, Kyle.
I do too, Kyle. Cerakote, that just makes it look so much richer. Yeah, I like that green too, Paul. I think that's pretty. Especially if it matches his logo.
It's not showing on camera. Let me see if I can get something. That's a little bit better against a white backdrop. It's showing. It looks more
of its natural color.
Yeah, unfortunately, my lights in here have a little bit of a warmer hue to them, so they show up as a bright or a little more orange tint. But yeah, that's
just a good design, isn't it?
Yeah. And then I got a third one worked on, but it's not done yet. It's going to be a project that's going to be. I'll release it once it's done, but it's that one's going to be special.
Dude, that's fun. I'm stoked. And towards the end of this month, I'm sending in one of my TRM Bulldogs to get a blade replacement.
Okay.
You know, they've done the bigger blade holes where they've extended this blade hole opening about twice the size. A couple of their users in the user group were requesting it, so they've made that modification.
So you sending it to TRM to do that?
I am. I reached out to them. I was seeing if they would sell them at first, you know, if they were going to be selling them, and they said they just kind of switched to that. And I don't want them both done like that because I like the smaller hole. It's never been a factor to me. I just, you know, I collect TRM in a big way. I think the only TRM I don't have is the first knife that they designed before the Atlas. And I've only seen them on Google. I've never seen one for sale. They're my favorite USA company, but I'm a slicey guy.
Bulldogs.
Yeah, my favorite probably has been this little Neutron frame lock. It is so thin and so slicey. I mean, again, it's not a work knife that somebody like you would get a lot of use out of because you're a beefier knife guy. But if you like cutting down cardboard, cutting food, opening cat food, opening packages, these little knives are slicey. Any TRM is very slicey. They're blade geometry wizards, in my opinion, as it were, if
Thanks,
you will.
Kathleen. Thanks, Paul. Paul, that's exactly why I didn't anno it, and I went and had it coated because I can get the color I want then.
They can match it. It's kind of like picking a, this sounds ridiculous, but picking a Benjamin Moore paint color. They can match the color.
Oh, 100% it is, because he can also mix and match colors to create different hues of bases, sub-bases of coatings. So he's a wizard.
That's cool stuff. I mean, what do you think the majority of his contract work is? Is it spread out, or does he do a lot of pew slides, or mainly other stuff?
He does a lot of stuff for the gun industry. Majority of it probably is. Some government contract stuff. I'm trying to get him to see if he'd do like a shop tour or do a come on a live and kind of go through some of the stuff. But his shop is an absolute freaking amazing setup. Like as a knife maker, it would be an absolute dream setup. He's got.
Is he a knife guy, or are you his only really external contact to the knife world?
He's got some knife hobbyists in him, but not like what we do.
Do you think the demand?
He's definitely
create
more
demand for him to where he's got probably time for little projects like that? Because I would think a good Cerakoter, usually you wait forever, don't you?
The problem is, so he's the one who did A to Z's knife.
Oh, he did the little dagger, the little Joey Ramone or Joey Roman.
So the issue with him doing like stuff or even batches is if it takes time away from him or his employees, because he's got like 6 or 7 employees to be working on that, he can be making more money doing other stuff.
Right. So he's constantly what you're saying. Hey, Crispy Critter, what's up, brother? So he's got his machines are running daily. He's got a schedule that he's blowing stuff out pretty much daily.
I mean, yeah, like they're busy. So like he did Monday, he got an order in for 1,200 pocket clips, and they burned and turned and got all those out, and they were shipped by Wednesday.
Wow. Are those for like holsters type pocket clips?
Are you familiar with Neo Mag? The magazine. It's like a
no, but they sound.
It fits in your pocket clip, but it has a magnet on it, so it attaches to it, so it's not bulky. He does all their clips for him.
Neo Mag magnetic pocket clip holder.
Yeah.
Interesting. So these right here, I'm going to share this, and you're going to confirm that I didn't just go to some random page. And he's got a pop up, so I apologize for that. But is this his little guy?
Yeah.
Very cool.
So now he's only going forward. He's only going to be offering the coated clips, and my buddy does all those clips for him. So
And this isn't the price, guys, for the clip. This is the whole mag, Gen 2 Neo Mag. Very cool, man. So he's got a good intro into the pew pew world.
oh, he's got a ton of connections in that. Yeah, the he's also an
That's going to
FFL.
be his main business. There is gun doing that Cerakote, right?
Yeah, well, he does that as part of his business, but he's also doing manufacturing. That's why I was getting ready to talk about his shop. So he started off as just Cerakoting, and then it has expanded over the past few years, to the point where now he's got 3 5-axis Haas CNC machines in there.
What's he using those for? What's his goal with that?
He's making parts for people, for stuff.
Okay.
He's done, slide cuts. He's done for optic cuts. He's done comps and ports on stuff for people. He's turned small parts. There's a PCC out there called a Strybog. It's out of the Eastern Bloc, but they're imported here. They became popular because they were affordable. But he started making a lot of aftermarket parts for those and selling them for people, for kits and stuff.
Very cool. Then
now he's working on a contract where he's doing parts for Steyr AUGs.
Is that an auger or is that something totally different?
No, it's a rifle.
Oh, gotcha.
So he's got a lot of cool capability. Then, so he also added in, he's got a Haas, like 6 foot
church,
6 foot long lathe with a bar feeder on it, so he can just be cranking out small parts on that.
Dude, he could make such cool stuff. I'm getting ready to show you some scales here where a guy reached out to me, but I guess the margin's just not there, is it?
No, and that's a problem. So like he's got an actual large surface grinder that he can, flatten anything he wants to on there. He's got he picked up 2 new machines. One he's getting ready to get rid of it because he got it in as part of a deal, but it's a 12-foot long lathe, industrial lathe.
Good gosh.
Yeah, this thing, it's a couple tons.
What would you cut with that?
Dude,
anything you want to? But
yeah, you could make anything, but it came from automotive stuff. So, because he picked that up as part of a deal, he got this an older machine. Another Ryan, you might know this. He picked up. The company was making Honda parts with this machine, and it's got a gantry system in there, so it'll actually pick up the parts or the stock, feed it into the machine, cut it, and then he's got a robotic attachment arm that goes in and takes it off and puts it in the separate spot, so then just feeding through. So he can put in as much stock as he wants and make 1,000 parts, and just it'll feed the part or the material in, cut it, and the robot takes it off and drops it in the done section.
Has he implemented that yet? Does he have?
No, he just got that machine in. It's an older one, so he's getting it serviced. But that thing was over $1 million brand new. But he got
I can imagine.
He got it a sweetheart deal, so that's why he did the whole combo, and he's going to sell the industrial lathe
and stuff that he doesn't need.
Yeah,
so this guy reached out to. I'm sorry, Ryan. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, he's got some automation machines there that, that's some big money, and he can.
Anytime you get into CNCs, I just know this from 15 years ago when I was in the cabinetry business, when we were trying to think about getting a CNC machine. It was a huge investment. We're talking $250,000, and this wasn't for milling metal. I guess it's just the die that would make the difference. I don't know.
So that's what I was going to say. So everyone's like, oh, well, you could just, start making knives. You could, but the issue is the tooling and the actual work holding and holding the pieces down because they're such small pieces is difficult. And especially if you're doing them with titanium, if you're doing it with steel, it's not a problem. You can get a magnetic
That'll
bed
hold them down or help hold
and it
them
holds the
down.
sheet down. But when you're doing titanium, it's not going to be able to do that. So you actually have to have, specialized work holders and that kind of stuff. And those, I mean, like some of those dies are like, you're cutting your end mills are $200 an end mill.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
So that stuff adds up quick, and especially if you're doing like, I can't remember, the one machine has capability of like 3 arms, I think, so you don't have to change out. So like it'll feed in one arm to cut something with an end mill, and then it takes another arm, feeds in. So you're not doing constant end mill changes.
So what would be his, like in his current scenario, what would be an application of that machine? Or is it just the gee whiz, he's going to sell it? Or can he use that in his daily routine?
Which one?
The one you were just describing.
Oh, that's all of them that can do that.
Oh, got you. So those are more, he got them as part of a deal. That's not something he could see putting into play and cranking out a shitload of stuff.
The one with the gantry is the only one that's new. The other 3 CNC machines he's had in there. And they're using those.
So did he get the software and stuff for this too?
Oh, it runs off of CAD as well. So he's got a computer and just programs it and runs it through CAD.
Dude, that's
he's
sweet.
He's got a dedicated computer that sits out on the shop floor that attaches. You can set him up to the machines. So
it just runs out of CAD.
Yeah.
Man, that's really cool.
Well,
I like to get my hands like just to play around with it,
I say that to be the point of, I don't know if the machines themselves take CAD or if he has to export it into another file to get the machine to read it, but I know that that's how it's designed, is in CAD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going from CAD to manufacturing.
Oh, yeah. So that was his hardest part. He loves the challenge of learning because he didn't have any background in this at all. So he had no idea. Like, so he learned this in the last couple of years, just ground up doing stuff. But he, yeah, I mean, I'm not a machinist like you. I'm just going off of, generic information that I have. I know I'm sure there's ones that are much more expensive than that, but
So what would you need? And I'm sure it's basic to make scales like these scales right here. If you were just going to dedicate some time to make scales,
you could do that on not a super expensive machine. Makes it easier.
You can actually build scales. I mean, by hand out of. If you got
but that would take the time out. I think he does either bug outs. He only does 2 models now: bug outs and stitches.
Yeah, I mean, those aren't going to be super complicated. I mean, it's got 3 axes to get that fully around that scale, so it wouldn't be too crazy.
I'm just interested in, you've got so many companies that are doing it now. I just wonder I think I'm getting a set of Adamas scales and a set of Benchmade scales, bug out scales, to try out and compare them. Because I've been very impressed with AWT. I was impressed with Original Goat. Seems like they've kind of gotten their stuff hooked up. Or a Fanuc robotic drill. Take care, Deuces Wild. Have a great weekend, brother.
Take care. So
Fanuc robotic drill. They run pallet changes really quickly. Yeah, that stuff is just amazing.
He's got, and what I was saying earlier, so not only does he do this stuff, but he's also an FFL with an SOT. So he can do transfers, he can do machining, he can actually create his own parts and all the way up to class 3 stuff. So
is that a government rating?
Yeah, SOT. What's that?
I was just saying, the FFL is your dealer's license.
Correct, but when you're an SOT, it means he also has the ability, and he's also a class 3. He can manufacture auto and everything else, and own auto and all that kind of stuff.
let's take a real quick look at those Nimble X's. Ryan, you would dig one of these knives, but you're doing mainly USA made knives, right?
At the moment, I'll buy whatever. If I like it, I'll buy it.
Kyle, you've had some EMPs, haven't you?
I've never owned one, but I've had them come.
Have you ever owned one?
Nah, never had an interest.
Dude, I've got everyone except the Warncliffe, and bought all of them except for my relative that he gifted me at one of the shows. One of my favorites.
I'll tell you the one I like the most, John. I like the Ronin.
That's what I was going to tell you. That's that is probably my favorite. You're talking about this one right here.
Yes.
This is a great little knife. I think it's just sexy. It's got a hollow, and then it's got that little chisel, or whatever you call it up front. It's not a chisel. It's
Tanto.
Yeah, Tanto. But yeah, it's a thin, nice little knife. I don't think they sold a lot of these. I don't know how many runs he's done, but I was glad to snag this. And I also snagged, and this one's made me a little bit suspicious because I can't find a blade steel marking on it. And I had to clean up, it's supposed to be LMAX. And I cleaned up a little pre-oxidation around the pivot when I was doing some maintenance on it. But this little Warncliffe regular nimble, not Warncliffe, Tanto regular nimble is so much different than the Onan. Even though they're two Tantos, I would have been scared to introduce them, but when you look at them, they're totally different knives.
Yeah, I was never big on them. For the price point, and I don't know. At the time I wasn't a QSP fan, and I definitely wasn't huge into the Best Tech. But
yeah, I don't think they went to Best Tech until the Relative, but this is my first one, and I owe it all to Lefty. Hyping it up, and again, it's one that I purchased after it was hyped up. But like very few knives, I've gotten very few knives that I've been disappointed in. That I've watched somebody hype it up, that I bought it, and it was something other than I expected it to be. Because I really think I watch the knife and watch for things I like about it more than I listen to somebody tell me about it. That's at least what I try to do with my videos, is show the way that the knife operates instead of just injecting my blatherings.
yeah, I mean, my take is I know a lot of people like John. Supposedly he's a nice guy. I don't know him.
I can vouch for knowing him being a nice guy. But I don't know what that means outside of what I know about him, but he and his wife are very nice people.
The only downside I would say is they're, with the whole, when they started getting copies of their knives made, I know he was not real happy about it, but he signed that deal. I mean, that's on.
Yeah, but
something he's got to live with.
Exactly. But you can see him, and you would have done the same thing. You would have written in Smoky Mountain Knife Works post and said, "Hey, regardless of if I fucked up or not, you guys, being an American company, should not be selling."
No. I wasn't even talking about that. I was talking about when they were making the copies of his knife overseas.
That's what they were doing. I don't remember him whining about.
I wouldn't say he was whining. I just know he wasn't happy about it. But that's something that you got to take in consideration when you sign that line to make something over there. I mean, that's.
Yeah, but do you think you're protected if you don't? If like you look at the Chris Reeves that come back, and you look at anything that they can buy on the open market, they can replicate it, right? So yeah, it's easier.
Can, but it's a hell of a lot easier when they are the same company and they have the CAD file.
Correct. I get that.
That's what I'm getting at. Is you're signing, even by doing that, you're signing a quote unquote a deal with the devil, as far as like that you have zero recourse against that, and there's a good likelihood if your knife's successful that it will be copied.
Right. Your hope then, I would guess, and tell me if I'm wrong, is that you built a brand around that where people would not be, granted, some people could be taken advantage of, but people are going to be seeing the value in the brand, and not everybody will.
No, I mean not everyone will, and especially so like there are certain companies that roll them off of the assembly line.
Y'all
with
hit the like button. Show this guy that I've got friends.
the exact same. I mean, you get interswap parts. I mean, they're spec the same way.
Oh yeah, dude. Grateful
That
Panic ordered one off Amazon, a liner lock, and I didn't do it on film, but we compared them, and I'm convinced it came off the same floor.
oh yeah, and that's at some point that devalues a little bit of your brand because you don't have the control of what's out there.
That's true.
So,
But how does
but that's again anyone who's willing to do that. And I'm not picking on him. I'm saying any company that's willing to do that, you run that risk.
right? But how are these really good? And I haven't held one, so I don't know that they're good copies. But how are these good? Allegedly, Chris Reeves, Oz's, these knives that are again simpler constructions, but they're being copied or counterfeited. I would say, almost down to
they're completely cloned. I don't know because I've never held one in hand. I can just go off of what I've heard from reasonably trustworthy sources. I remember back in the day that, I mean, take it for what it's worth, but Richie and Lindy both said that the Sabenza clone from Kevin John was better than the Chris Reeve itself, which I don't know. Without having them in hand, that's a hard one to swallow.
It's hard to say though. Hey, Lucky Dog Knives, what's up, Andrew?
Just because I know of the tolerances that Tim runs it at, that
correct.
I have a hard time
Yeah,
seeing that.
What were they saying that was better?
Well, they were more talking about like the action of it was better because it wasn't the stiffer Chris Reeve type, and they were saying that the fit and finish was just as good, and I'm like, I don't know. Without having it in hand, I don't know.
Yeah.
But here's the thing too. That's
Great
not
to see you, Andrew.
That's not every company over there. That was also a $300 clone. It wasn't like it was just a cheap budget one either.
Right.
So, I mean,
it's kind of like in watches. I mean, you can buy some cloned Rolexes that are still $5,000.
yeah,
correct.
And some of them run better than Rolexes because they're not the most accurate, or
Yeah, exactly.
It's a ownership thing. There are certain levels of things like, would I rather have an IWC over Rolex? Absolutely. But do I like IWCs?
Gosh, yeah.
But do I like their looks necessarily better than Rolex? No, not necessarily. It's like I'd rather have a Tudor Black Bay over a basic, Daytona, but it depends on the person. It's hit or miss. So, anyways, I don't mean to take a derailment there.
A Royal 41. I think those are very. I love those watches.
I'm glad I've stuck on my Apple Watch. I haven't gone down that road yet.
Ryan, if you ever hit the lottery, or if I do, dude,
don't because it's.
I would go down that rabbit hole hard.
It's a bottomless pit.
I want an AP so bad.
Have y'all ever watched John Mayer
so much
on a podcast talk about his knife obsession?
Who?
John Mayer.
No.
Not the music. He's a musician, but yeah, he's on these actual. I forget the name of the podcast, but it's one of the premier luxury watch podcasts, and he's got like a 2-hour episode.
Oh, he was on with Teddy Baldassare.
There you go.
Yeah, I watched Teddy stuff, and I watched.
So he's gone down the rabbit hole and has the I guess wherewithal of the resources to do it, but it's still one of those things that kind of haunts him.
What's his name? Is a
he's
huge
passionate about
collector
it.
now
seems
too.
to know what he's talking about.
Tom Segura is a huge collector now.
Yeah, he is.
He's got some pretty cool pieces, but dude, Ryan, I want an AP so bad.
Yeah,
So-
me too.
So do both of you guys collect watches?
Not
And where-
anymore.
I've got a small collection, but yeah.
I've got like 3 or 4, but nothing high end anymore. I used to have a couple of decent pieces. Well, a couple of pieces that were more expensive, but they weren't great.
Andrew, how's stock holding up, buddy? Are you getting closer to having the new models, the ranch dog and field dog come in, or river dog? I'm sorry.
I'll tell you one piece that I had, Ryan, that was the biggest piece of shit watch. It was a Cartier.
Was it because
I've
it was
always heard that. I
made-
almost bought one and I didn't because that's what everybody has told me that they're the worst. They're like
Dude.
Luminox. Luminox is the same way. It's just they're shit.
Why
Dude.
would they be? Why would you make a shitty watch if you're
Because
not?
it has a name to it, and they're a jewelry brand.
It's the
So
name.
they can pull the money, and most people who wear that or have that kind of stuff aren't wearing them all the time. They don't care.
They're not noticing it. Kind of like I might not notice a blade steel.
Even less than that, John. It'd be like you handing your knife to your mom, and she just puts it on a drawer and never touches it.
Or puts it in a case.
Yeah, the one I had, I'd won in a won off somebody gambling in a pool match, but I mean, it started corroding, and it took it back to the local watch retailer, because this is when I was living in Columbus, and there was a Cartier store up at the oh god, what's the place? Anyways, there's a really high end mall area up there, and they're like, yeah, we can send it in, but they're probably going to charge you to fix it, and I'm like, I'm not paying a couple $100 to have it refinished when it shouldn't have been done this in the first place. I'm like,
Yeah.
Exactly. You pay $6,000 for a watch, and it's decent for all of 2 years.
right.
If it's worn,
Andrew,
Like
you got my
it's not
cell.
worth. They're not worth the money at all.
Reach out to me, buddy, when they come in, and I'd love to have you join us on a Friday Night Flicks and show them off if you'd like to.
Yeah, I wheeled and dealed. I think I sold it for like $1,200 just to get off of it quick because I didn't care.
Because you were over it.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to pay any money for it, and someone else's problem they can deal with at that point.
That's
I tell you what's wild is when you save up, you buy your $1,000, $2,000 watch, put it on, you're out with your buddy, and nobody knows what it is.
Exactly.
Not a single person like it. I had a Grand Seiko. Everyone's like, oh, that's a nice Seiko. I'm like, no, buddy, this is a Grand Seiko. It's a big,
Really?
big difference here,
That spring system is phenomenal.
Yeah, the spring drive, yeah. I think they're miles above Rolex. See, Rolex, you're getting the brand. You're getting the name. Everybody knows what a Rolex is. When they see that, man, everybody knows what that is. But when you got like a Hamilton or let's say a Grand Seiko, stuff like that, dude, you can have a $10,000 watch on your hand and nobody knows it.
Because they're not
It's the
familiar with
wildest
it.
thing.
You gotta,
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same in a lot of different industries. I mean, but
ballpoint or fountain pens.
that's what I was going to
Yeah.
next. I like pens as well too, and some of that stuff, like no one, like if I take out I've got a nice Waterman. I think it was like $150 or something like that, maybe. And no one's going to notice the difference. They're going to think, oh, that's decent. That's a nice, pen or whatever. That's probably better than the Bic, but they're not going to tell that between that and my Visconti, or they're not going to be like, okay, well, this one looks pretty.
Well, Tri-State would. Somebody who appreciates them would.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, so here's the thing. Like, even with the Visconti line, they make pens down to like $200, $250, and they make stuff all the way up to like 10,000. And some of the differences are subtle, and not everyone's going to recognize that difference.
But wouldn't they be jewel material things?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't they have to do with those intrinsic, like a
Not all of
stag
them.
handle on a knife?
Not all of them, because some of them it depends on. They may do like limited quantities. They may make 10 or 15 of this for a special run, and then that's never going to be made again.
Yeah. It's just like with knives, like those William Henrys that I've got. if you don't know what they are, you think there's just a gas station knife.
Right.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Until, like, unless you're a knife guy and you're actually sitting there holding it and you're looking at it, it's like, wow, there's a lot of quality right here, you know. It's like Shane, you know, when Shane got holding them, he was like, holy crap, these things are nice. You know,
Right.
they're very functional. I wouldn't use one, of course. I mean, they're heirlooms, I guess, but they're pocket jewelry at best, you know. But if you don't know what they are, you think it's just a $10 gas station knife. You know, that's what they look like almost, you know.
Richard, that
But
is
when he's using stuff like redwood and he's got a run of like 10 knives that was made. There was a piece of wood. One of George Washington's horse-drawn carriages is in the Smithsonian. There was a piece of wood that fell off of it, something like that. Somehow William Henry got that piece of wood and made knife scales out of it.
That's
And he's
amazing.
got like yeah. But see, every knife that he comes out with, everything's a limited run. Everything is. Now,
Right.
some of them have more. It depends on how much of the material he has. But everything that he comes out with, it might be a 50. It might be a 250. You know. But they're
his
all
stuff is
very
designed to
limited.
be collector's pieces, and they're you know,
Exactly,
boutique, and
yeah.
and they're not meant to be, you know, use
Right.
them. It's the same as
Exactly.
every industry. But Richard was saying, yeah, I've had one before too. I think I still have one somewhere, Richard. But the Eco Drive is a good system. It's accurate. They hold
Yeah,
up. They're
it is.
durable. They got a good warranty. It's a
I've got a
great
few of them.
it's a great entry level into if you don't want to go into full mechanical.
Yeah, Citizen does a very good job with that drive, man. I've got a few of them. I love Citizen watches. I mean, really, and like you said, they're very affordable too, especially for what they are.
Yeah, I had one. I mean, God, I think the oldest one I had was probably I got back like in the late '90s, early 2000s, and I mean it held up for 20 plus years.
Andrew, the heat treat on it's sick. This knife has not been sharpened. Not to interrupt you guys, but this is the burgundy and black that'll be in first, the ranch dog. This one's in 3D. I think the ones coming in are in 14C, but I could be wrong. Great little fixie. Super sharp. I mean, the blade geometry on it. It's just a good little
Tunas are
blade.
geek. Tunas are cool. I just never been big into like that dive watch or larger dive watch style. If I were to get another Seiko, it'd probably be obviously a Grand Seiko would be great, but I'm not. I would look probably into what is that?
My bad.
No, I can't. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's the more dressier looking one. It's like the Alpinist.
Massage.
No, it's like the Alpinist, I think it's called. Yeah.
I think I know what you're
are-
talking about. It's been a minute since
Yeah.
I looked at any of them.
So when you get to those dive watches, they get a lot of girth to them, right? I've
Some
got
of them can,
small
some of
wrists.
Yeah, some of them get really big.
That's one of the reasons I've never, well, a couple of reasons, but that's why I never jumped off deep into the watch thing, because I do have, you know, I wear a full-size Apple Watch, but it's good size.
I like 40 to 42 and a half cases.
Hey, my daggone arms and wrists are so big. I put on a 40mm watch and it looks like a 36 on anybody else.
But that's cool, though, that you've got a wrist
I'm
that'll
serious.
carry it.
I've got to have a massive watch in order for it.
Well, that's a 40. That's a 42, I think, and that gives you an idea. I mean, that's very reasonable.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that fits on your wrist good.
that's proportioned good on your hand there.
The
But yeah, 40 is about the smallest I can wear. Anything else looks like it's a bracelet.
I got
Or a
one
girl's
from
watch.
I got one for Christmas. Like, God, this was probably close to 10 years ago, and it was a thought that counts. I'm not gonna knock it, but it was, you know, they thought it was a great deal and got me this big old gaudy dive watch. I think carried them at Sam's or something, and it was one of those Invictas, but it was like their limited edition ones. That thing was like a
Yeah.
55 millimeter. That thing weighed like 2 pounds.
You could have worn it around your neck.
I knew exactly where you were going with that. I knew exactly where you were going with
You
that.
could put a string on
Now-
that and swirl it around and knock somebody out.
Yeah. Now Invicta, they got some decent watches. I mean, but
No, their
where
whole thing, their whole thing was,
their marketing strategy is genius.
Yeah.
Every watch they put out is a $700 to $1,000 watch, and they mark it down to $150.
yeah. I mean,
So you
everything
think you're
is
getting,
overpriced and
you
60%
think you're
off.
getting the
70% off.
deal.
Yeah,
Right.
they're
But
they're
the thing
actual.
is, their pro divers are actually very good. They've got Seiko movements in them.
Yeah, they
And,
got a gig
like-
machine.
like
Some of
the
them
end-
have some decent
like-
ones.
The N35 movement, and they're actually really good watches. I've got two of those pro divers. One of them I wear when I go to the beach, and one of them I keep nice.
I'm not a fan of generic Seiko movements, though. Personally,
What is that? Just taking the patented.
unless they're reworked. I mean, if they're reworked, that's different. But if you're talking about off the shelf, I'm not a huge fan.
So it's reworked, kind of like a boutique thing where they take a
You can
knife
tune them.
and they tune it.
Yeah, basically. There's a company, Ryan, out of Texas that makes them.
Yeah.
They're a small batch. How do you want to call it? Kind of like a boutique knife brand, but he does some really cool watches. Guy's company is called Dufresne.
I've heard of that.
They make some really
Yeah.
cool stuff. He's down out of Austin area.
And what's the one that's from up north, like Sonoa, or what's that name? It's from like Ohio or something. It's a pretty big name. I
think I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to remember the name off the top of my head. I haven't looked at them in a while, but you're not talking to Shinola, are you?
Something like that.
Shinolas
that
are
sounds
absolute
familiar.
shit. Shinolas are shit
Yeah.
watches.
But they're made here in America, though, right? Am I right about that? Am I thinking about the same one?
They're repurposed. Yeah, that's the Dufresnes. Those are they
Yeah,
make
these
some
are-
really cool stuff.
What's a GMT stand for?
That's your
it's-
world time.
Okay,
Yeah, it has something where you can keep up with like 3 different time zones, like
I got you.
something like that. I can't really remember.
I was just looking at the classifications. They've got
Go to
Dive
their, I forget the
watches.
name of it. Their dress watch is absolutely stunning.
the. Hold on,
Forget
Where'd
the
it
name
go?
of it.
they've got dress watches, dive watches,
Yeah, go to
field
that
watches.
dress watch. Yeah, that thing is absolutely stunning.
Oh,
What's it
look
called
at
again? The
that.
Waterloo. That's it.
Yeah, I have seen those.
So it's got Swiss movements.
Yeah, that's based off of I do believe those are off of an ETA movement.
See, to me, that's more my style than like a Rolex or.
Yeah, they do some some really cool
like
stuff.
the simple, clean look on that.
Yeah, it's just elegant.
What are the field watches?
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing like a field watch, I mean, for the money,
What's the difference in a
Hamilton's
field
hard to
watch?
beat.
Yeah,
Just a
that
style.
Hamilton khaki is very hard to beat on a field watch.
For pound. I mean, there are obviously better watches out
Yeah.
there, but the
So what's the
IWC's got a
difference?
good one.
What's the difference classification of a field and a dress? Of course, a dress looks nice, or field's more of just
field watch is more of like what you would typically think of with like a NATO strap, where it's you're more like
So yeah,
outdoorsy.
like it's like military style. Like
yeah.
it's kind of simple, just kind of straightforward. IWC's got one that's really good looking. It costs you an arm and a leg for it, but
Yeah, I mean those are good looking watches too. I mean,
That's a good looking watch.
and at a fair price point too.
That's a a dive watch for. Again, it's too high for me, but it doesn't look. It looks like a nice one. Would that be a good one?
Yeah.
I mean, so the dive watch
what
allows
is
you
the
just to
price
go
range on
underwater,
those?
huh?
What is the price range on those?
$8.99.
on the phone.
Like 900.
That's actually reasonable for a
for,
quality
for
watch.
being hand. I mean, it's hand assembled and by one guy doing all the timing on them. He gets
This
his
guy-
case. He gets his cases made by the same company who's doing, I think tag cases.
Why would you not want the date? One less thing to move.
Yeah, that's just a personal preference.
But that's, I mean, to me, that's, they call it a dive watch, I guess, because it'll go deeper, 200 meters.
Yeah, that's based on the classification rating. But if you scroll down on the specs in there, I think that tells you a little bit more about their cases and their. I think those are based off of ETA movements.
And they're made in Texas.
Yeah, Austin.
Do you say he's getting his cases from Tag?
The same company that makes the tag cases are making
okay.
his.
Wait,
believe.
Now incorporating the DJS system. I don't know what that is. But they look. Can y'all see this? Or is it too small?
Barely. It's a little small. What's it say the movement is on there, John?
I'm looking for it. Swiss Mechanical Automatic. Would that be it? Rondo. It's either a Celita SW201 or Rondo R150.
Yeah,
R150.
so they were doing like at a 200s, but or I mean at a 28s, but I think now they're doing the Soletas.
So what's
Either way, it's still a good movement. That movement is in some really high dollar watches. There's different ratings of the movements as well too. So like there's different classifications.
We'll
Like,
wait
you
for
have,
you,
like,
Shane.
What's up, Shane? So you have like
What up, Shane?
you're getting like the same movement can be A, B, C classification off of the lot, depending upon how high quality is the machine too. So like there are different tolerances as well too. It's hard to explain, but I'm not a Shane. You use a sundial. Shut up.
Hey guys, hit the like button. So roasting OF War 9F from Kick sees that I've got one or two that like me.
But
Kick is a black hole. Let me look over there and see what we got happening at Kick. Keep going.
no, so I'm just gonna say that. So like you can get the same movement and it be drastically different than another manufacturer's way they're using the same movement.
Let me ask you a question. Does it automatically go from daylight savings time to regular, or do you have to go and manually set the newer ones?
You're doing that yourself.
Now you can get some drives of like your Casio, the G-Shock, stuff like that.
Well, yeah, if you're talking more digital stuff, I'm talking mechanical.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
yeah, your
like.
mechanical stuff, you gotta manually set everything. I like all my manual. I like all of my manual watches.
I've gotten spoiled. I've gotten a little spoiled. Oh, this is my Kick with zero streamers. It's causing me. Kick with zero streamers. It's causing me. Kick.
Now some of those eco drives will automatically set too. They're
Yeah, they've got the
like radio. The radio. Shoot, I
Yes.
can't remember the names of those things.
Yeah.
But
Shut up, Nemo.
they'll automatically change when you cross time zones and stuff.
Really?
Because they they'll set them so they're very expensive. They're up there in price, but they set their times by like radio signals. There's like an atomic clock or something like that. That I don't know. I didn't understand it when I was reading about it, but the way they set their times, they every 24 hours they adjust their time, which they're very accurate anyway. But and what it does, it receives a signal from some atomic clock or something like that from somewhere, and that's how it keeps up with where you're at.
With the atomic clock. Like Shane says, it's just a construct. To quote the Grateful Dead, the time it seems to capture is just the movement of its hands.
Yeah.
but we have to live by time. I've gotten used to my iPhone and my Apple Watch just doing the whole going to a different time zone. It takes care of it for me. Going to, daylight savings time, it takes care of it for me. I'm just lazy.
The thing I don't understand is,
But in what?
Go ahead, Ron.
I was listening to what Kyle was saying. The only thing I was going to say, it is true what they say. Your Timex is going to keep the same time as your Rolex, and actually the Timex will probably keep better time than the Rolex. To be honest with you,
yeah,
it's
battery watch
one of those
a
things.
battery watch is going to keep better time than the mechanical.
You're exactly right. So it's just one of those things. It's just like wearing brand name clothes. You're literally buying a tag on that clothes because your Walmart brand clothes are made in the same factory by the same people.
But if you take care of your mechanical watch, it'll last far longer.
Oh, of course, yes.
But what I was going to say is,
but you're also not passing down a $10 Timex to
the next
3 or 4
generation.
generations down the road. Yeah,
right.
But your Rolexes, you are.
The thing I don't understand is how people struggle with time zones. Like to me, it's not like rocket science. Yeah. I mean, you got 4 in the U.S. and it's either you're plus or minus Eastern. That's it.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Richard, you're correct. Some of them are horrible.
It makes me nervous when you say watch this, John.
I'm going to find it. Because some people have no idea how to tell time anymore.
That's pathetic.
The younger generations.
You'd have never looked at
still in the classroom. She took all the digital clocks out of her classroom and put all analog clocks up, trying to teach them how to read time. And these are all seniors in high school. They cannot read an analog clock. It has to be digital.
Pathetic. Or they can't do math to the point where they can't give you change back without looking at what it tells them to give you.
I can't say nothing about that. I've gotten now to where I can't do math without my calculator anymore either. Like it's bad. I start doing my formulas and stuff like that, and I used to do it in my head. Yeah, but now it's like I can't do it in my head anymore. I got too much bouncing around up there now.
You got too much reality stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not that I'm that smart. It's just that I've got so much on my mind. I have a hard time keeping everything straight now. I got to write everything down nowadays. But yeah, you're right, Kyle. It's bad at the younger generation coming up. At how it's like we're taking a step backwards.
Oh, dude,
they pay everything on their Apple Pay on their phone or wherever else. They're not carrying cash, so they don't really have a understanding of what the value of it is, and B, how to break it down, into actual smaller bills.
Right.
Well, the trickiest one is they asked this group of people, like, if the skinny hands on the 5 and the short hands on the 3, what time is it? Most of those people had no idea. They draw it out and they don't know what an analog clock looks like and how the 25 or the 5-minute movements are.
Or you go to check out and like your bill's like $18.17, and you don't want to carry a pocket full of change around, so you hand them a 20 and a quarter, and they look at you like, "What the hell are you doing?" And they push their quarter back to you. It's like, no.
I
want give me paper change back.
Well, it freaks out because the machine doesn't kick it back to them that way unless they put it in with the 25 cents. It's sad. I mean, it really is. I'm not gonna look into the ineffectiveness of our working population, since I'm not even part of it right now. I need to be a teller. At least I can get that right. Motherfuckers.
Hang in there, John. I'm gonna eventually, when I get some time, I'm gonna open up a satellite office up here in Huntsville. You know,
Dude,
Javon gonna run it for me.
Huntsville's ready for you, dude. I'm telling you, it's happening. What's up, Gareth?
Oh, there's a lot of work going on up there.
Good to see you,
Trust me,
brother.
I know.
Javon is going to
There's
be
a lot of money
amazing
to be
at
made up there.
Ryan. Javon's going to be amazing at kicking field goals with a paperclip. So sitting at the office board, just
Yeah. If y'all, anybody that's been around me knows that what I don't do.
If he does a good enough job at setting my accounts up, he should be able to do that most of the day, every day. Because it'll run itself.
If y'all know me, I do not have a sit around bone in my body.
well, if you put a
So
couch
how's your
in it,
lawnmower doing? John, how's your lawnmower doing?
Dude, it is, I'm
choked him
choking.
up.
It's working. What I did,
I'll be right back.
It's a long story.
Yeah.
I rebuilt the carburetor, took it apart, put it in, couldn't get it running. Figured I didn't have my carburetor set right. So set it up, put a little spraying fluid in there. It ran great, Ryan. It was running like a champ. Took it down, cut one swath of grass, cut back up, and then it would run for a second and shut off. And I went and I cleaned out the tank, and I put ethanol-free landscaping gas in there from the one place that sells it within 10 miles of my house. So I came inside and started watching videos. And I kind of fucked up my standard carburetor, one of the screw holes in it. So long story short is, right now it's on the porch, waiting for the carburetor that came in today to be installed tomorrow. Then hopefully it'll run like a top. If not, I've got the phone number of somebody who's coming to look at it.
I hear you, man. I bet it runs with a new carburetor on it.
I think
Is the carburetor already tuned?
yes. Yes,
Nice.
the carburetor's tuned.
So-
It's a plastic, just Briggs & Stratton for the exact same mower. The only thing that I'm thinking I did is when I stripped out that one screw that when I go over my grass that it's losing vacuum.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had it going. I didn't video it, but I thought I wasn't going to be able to get it done. I took the 2 rods off of it and put them through, hooked my fuel line back up after clamping it off, made sure it was really set, started it up. It ran like a top, dude. I was so pumped. I felt like a man for about 35 minutes. And then when it died on me, I was back to feeling like fucking testosterone loading, just fucking piece of shit.
We're still talking about your lawnmower.
It is. It's been the crux of my existence, but I'm going to fix it. I'm probably $32 into it. But if you take the time, I've got another hour in it. Couple of bloody knuckles.
What's
But I'm
an hour of
learning.
your time worth?
My time's worth a lot more than what I'm getting in return, put it that way.
So we're talking like 2 or 3 Mexican pizzas an hour?
No, dude. If when I'm blowing and going, if you look at the ratios, I'm a $100 an hour guy, but I earn that.
Never mind. I'm not opening up a satellite office up there.
No, dude. Let me tell you something. The only reason the numbers have to work, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Oh, you're right.
I don't start there. I just have to have a pro forma to run on.
Well, there's a good saying I always remember, and I have to remind myself of this sometimes. When somebody comes to me and they're good at what they do and they tell me what their rate is, my initial reaction is always like, kick rocks, buddy.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
you have to remember that cheap labor is not skilled and skilled labor is not cheap. So
And you also
I have
got to
to-
remember when we're throwing numbers around, we're throwing numbers around.
Yeah. I have
Depending
to
on-
remind myself of that often. And if somebody's good and they're actually worth the money, I'll pay them the money. You know,
And I might have a self-worth of $100 an hour, but the reality is I'm making maybe 7.5 cents an hour right now. If I broke it down, maybe 8 cents.
Welcome to Ecuador.
No doubt, dude. I need to go over where what's his name is, brother Logan Paul. What's up, Edgy?
What's up, guys?
The man, the myth, the legend himself.
what's up,
I can't
Shane?
believe you're still driving, Ron.
I called you back, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah.
Let's see if the man's telling the truth.
I bet
What's-
he did.
John, I
I'm
got
not
about
going.
30 more minutes left before I get to the hotel.
So,
Thanks for the
Ron, are
warning.
you coming back home
Huh?
Sunday, or are you staying from now through?
No, you didn't, buddy. No
The
missed
shit
call.
I didn't.
Talk to me.
I can't show my
Something's going on because like Kyle's not getting my calls. I'm not getting his
Well,
calls.
yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and
Yeah.
tell you right now. Kyle's
I think it's
phone.
I'm
that-
not
I
getting
think it's
Shane's
that,
calls.
I think it's that No Homo app I downloaded. It just started blocking calls.
I blocked
Kyle's
your own
phone
number.
sucks. I couldn't connect with him
Blocking
today for like 30 minutes. He was in this
Yeah,
like
that's,
weird
you
tunnel.
know what's funny, Shane, is I downloaded that app and I stopped getting calls from you.
Yeah, that works out. Kyle,
So
What the hell's that?
what you got there?
Show it, dude.
Oh, is that a dead air?
it is
Hell yeah.
Dude,
Dead Air 30.
I'm going to make you big. What is it?
That's a oil
Your
can,
suppressor
oil
that you got,
filter.
Jay?
This is a particle filter for a piece of equipment.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
bike. It's a bike. It's a
That's a nice fuel
Water
filter you
bottle.
got there, buddy.
Yeah,
That's
it's a fuel
beautiful,
filter that happens to have a 30 caliber hole in it.
that's a beautiful water filter.
Yeah.
Have you tried it out yet or not?
I'm gonna put it on my tractor tomorrow.
And go out and put some freedom pills through it.
Yeah.
Shane,
Yes, sir.
look at the screen. See right there?
Right where, buddy?
Shane Gables, 330.
I don't know. I didn't get it.
Yeah, but it might have never rung, Kyle, because your phone was. What time did you call me? 4:30. Well, maybe you weren't in a dead spot then.
Well, Kyle's using some phone app. Not just using his regular phone. God, I got to shave my head.
Wow.
But hey, I got nice stuff to show.
I'm using a burner phone number, so you guys can't really know my real phone number.
You're so trusting, dude.
I got these cut out this week. And heat treated,
Ah.
ready to grind. That's a 12-inch. It's a 12-inch Cape chef's knife. And I also have a 10-inch Santoku.
Well, that's bad, boy.
You know,
They're all
I had more interest in
they're all sold already, but they sold so fast. I'm going to order another sheet and get to making some more. So
dude, they're super popular, and you need to put the screws on A to Z EDC, man. You need to just reach out to them and say, "Look, dude, I've been making chef's knives. You need to try one out. You need to buy
Right.
one." Because he's that kind of guy.
it's weird, man. I'm sure the whole community knows. It's not just a secret amongst this little group. Everybody knows I've been down for about a month, and by down I mean I've been working here and there, but my mental health has been down for sure. And it was like everything just came together today or yesterday. Everything worked itself out. I got that ticket paid. I got through all that. I got my knives back, which I haven't even told publicly about this whole batch of knives being held hostage for almost 2 weeks.
But the universe provided, dude.
It did. It all just came together all at the same time. I sold 3 knives today, and everything's good. So
Glad you had a good week, buddy.
You know, A to
I
Z
need
had.
it. I've not been good since fucking Blade Show.
Dude, Blade Show took it out of everybody.
I know
I'm
you
telling
fell off.
you.
You definitely
It
fell
put
off
me
the
in a
earth after
depression.
Blade Show.
Yeah, it was losing my dental fixtures. That was the nail in the coffin. The money didn't bother me. All the other stuff that happened, I could have got through. But losing my dental fixture and having to the thoughts of going online with my missing front teeth has been it's been a little hard to get over.
Dude, I have no teeth. I just have a big ass mic.
Sure.
Remember
So-
this knife?
I do. I remember that.
You know, A to Z sold his on eBay yesterday. He just threw it up there with a ridiculous price.
Yeah.
He thinks he left money on the table, dude. And what he sold this knife for is insane.
This is Zeba.
Yeah, it's the one that we bought in Nashville for
Yeah.
$740. He bought one, and
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Gravity bought one.
Yeah.
I think that was your nicest knife that when I first met you. You brought
Well, I
that.
didn't buy it new. I bought it off of Dark Gravity about 2 years after he had it. I was with him when he bought it. It was the nicest knife I'd seen, and it's still an awesome knife.
But just so you guys know, I'm doing these in Nitro V and MagnaCut. Of course, there's a price difference, and they are 0.080.
See, they're so cool. And like
They're
A to
super
Z's been
thin.
telling me, he's got a group of kitchen knives. He goes, you need to review these. I don't know how to. I'd have to have a cutting board and chops. You know, I don't know what I'm talking about, what I'm showing.
I really want to do one with matching wood to one of Ryan's cutting boards, and then hopefully sell them as a set.
That would be very cool.
I actually got some black walnut today. I got a slab of black walnut for scales. Yeah, I think it'd be really cool. Huh?
You bought more scale material?
I didn't buy it. It was given to me.
Okay.
He had about a 12-foot board of it. The place I go to borrow the bandsaw, the cabinet shop, and he said he didn't need all of it. He's asked me how much I wanted. I told him 6 inches, and he cut me off about 18 inches and get numerous scales out of that piece of wood.
Scale material was not approved on the list, budgetary list.
I did.
There was no PO. There was no requisite inquiry about this prior to.
I did just buy another block from Outcast, but
son of a bitch.
The reason why is because I have a batch of knives coming I didn't have scale material for, and he sold it to me at normal price, but it's like an oversized block. I'll be able to get probably somewhere between 6 and 8 sets of scales out of it, and it's beautiful. It's like it looks kind of like that black and silver. It's not shred carbon fiber, but it looks like that.
I was going to tell you, when we had the cabinet shop, I could have gotten you cutoffs that you could have used for scale material.
That's what he's giving me.
Yeah. How close are you to Arab?
Probably 45 minutes.
I ain't worth it. I was going to say, just you get you, like you say, get a good cabinet shop when they get some cool stuff in. Let them know what you're looking for, because they throw a lot of that away.
Did you hear what I said, Ryan, about the black walnut I got today?
What'd you say?
I got about a 6-inch wide, 18-inch long piece of black walnut. It's already been dried and cured and everything for handle materials. I'd really like to, because I'm ordering more of this steel next week. I want to do this pair of kitchen knives and possibly a paring knife. And I'd like to do the walnut handles, and then you do a walnut cutting board, and let's put it out there as a set.
Dude, that'd be so fucking cool.
I've still got a whole bunch of black walnut to give you, and some curly maple too.
Curly maple's beautiful too.
I sent Ryan some pictures of my black walnut.
He's got a beautiful black nut.
Does he?
I mean walnut.
Man, when I was in college, I worked as a landscaper, and I did an afternoon on a shovel, and something went wrong. I had some bad black nut, dude. That thing took me to the infirmary the next day. That thing was about the size of a small volleyball.
I was really scared to death. This is 14C, by the way. I said Nitro V. That's not right. This is 14C. And I was scared to death of this warping because it's so thin. And I got really lucky. I didn't get any warpage out of any of it.
And now that you got it heat treated, it should stay stable, right?
Oh, yeah. It's heat treated, tempered, everything now. It's 63 HRC 14C. So that should be excellent kitchen knife. And I'll be honest, guys, I'm going to offer them in MagnaCut because I've got to make one in MagnaCut anyway. But talking to Steve Kalari about chef's knives, he said he will tell you it's not worth the extra money that I pay. It's not worth the extra money that a customer would pay.
Right. Because you're not getting the value out of it?
Right. He said the geometry is so good that even just old W1 tool steel makes a fine kitchen knife. The geometry is what cuts. You don't need high edge retention on a kitchen knife.
You want stainlessness in that geometry.
Yeah, mine's not.
Why would you not want high edge retention on a kitchen knife? It seems like to me you would want
because the geometry is not going to outperform the
Yeah, the
edge
geometry is going to outperform the heat treat. In all honesty,
because
So
even when
Ryan,
it's
you're not
dull,
taking
it's
any
still gonna
metal
cut.
off when you cut because the geometry is so laser beam. If I'm understanding it correctly, you don't take as much material off with each cut.
a good kitchen knife is almost 0 ground.
That's what I was getting ready to say. When it's dull, it'll still actually cut
right.
material.
That
It's
knife
not gonna-
I got from Steve is in W1, I believe is what it is. That stuff has no edge retention. I've not touched the edge on it, and it still slices like a razor blade because it doesn't even need a secondary bevel to cut food.
What we're thinking too is so cutting food is a totally different substrate than cutting like paper or cutting rope.
Right.
Cutting food is so
let me
easy.
go get that. I want to do a paper cut test.
But it's fibrous, right?
Hey, hey,
Con-
before you go, I'm at the hotel, guys, so I'm about to log off here. So, I
Dude, if
appreciate
you
y'all
get a
keeping me
signal,
company on
jump
the way
back in. But have a good night. If not, are you there all the rest of the week, or are you going home Sunday?
I hope I'm going to get to go home Sunday, but it kind of depends on how much we get done this weekend.
Well, don't
We
hurt
still got to
yourself
stay
and
on-
travel safely if you travel.
Yeah, bro. Anyway, all right. Love everybody. Y'all be good. Peace out.
Love
See
you,
you, dude.
brother. But yeah, kitchen knives, unfortunately, are not my forte. I don't know enough about them.
So
I need to learn.
Shane, before you start talking, I want to say one thing real quick.
Go ahead.
I know you had a good week. Can this upcoming week, let's work on, I don't know if it's your wall or it is your camera, but your sign is straight, but your like the whole entire backdrop is crooked.
This is a corner.
I know I'm saying, but like if you look at the wall behind you, the sign's straight, but then like the black line, but then if it's your couch or what you're sitting on, it looks like it's.
Oh, that's they're probably not straight.
It looks like it's a 45-degree angle. That's why I was like, what the heck's going on back there?
Yeah. We need to kind of trach your camera and tweak it just a little bit. It doesn't bother me now, but now that Kyle pointed, ooh.
This is the knife that Steve Clark gave me, guys. This was a blim. This knife, the semi drops off this last eighth of an inch. This last eighth of an inch is not hardenable steel. And he wouldn't sell it because of that, which is dumb.
Would you call it? Not what kind of steel?
It's a sand
Right.
mine.
But you said the last bit had what wrong with it?
This last eighth inch right here is mild steel.
Mild. Okay.
The whole edge is carbon steel, but just this last eighth inch, the mild steel was at the edge, so it's
got
not
you.
hardenable. So this part won't stay sharp very long, and he wouldn't sell it because of that, so he gave it to me. But as you can see, everything you cut stains this. I literally cut some meat, washed it, and oiled it, and within 5 minutes those spots popped up. But that's not the point. The point is this still doesn't really have any edge retention.
Because it's just so geometrically
Right.
apt to cut. It's just basically just pushing through the paper. Or what?
There's no edge on this. Like there's no secondary bevel. You see the rust goes all the way to there's no edge there.
It's impressive.
It's just the geometry. It's that thin that it cuts anyway. The whole
When you
knife is
start-
a bevel.
When you start looking at some of those kitchen knives that are $1,000, $2,000, and they're using, high carbon steels, it's not. They don't care about. I mean, they're leaving scale on the top of the blades. I mean, it's not about the finish necessarily. It's about the grinds and.
Yeah, Larry. Like a week ago, I took this to the shop and just ran it across the Scotch-Brite wheel because it was so nasty looking.
Just to clean it up?
Just to clean the patina off of it. And that alone would have ruined an edge on a knife. Literally, this knife is never sharpened. And it will slice a tomato, where you can see through it, all that stuff. And this is actually still
TV.
just a tad bit thicker than what I'm using. I've got some .040, which is absurdly thin, that I'm going to try and see if I can make a kitchen knife out of it. but I'm not making any promises on that one yet. I have a feeling that one may get ruined. Like you're talking about a knife that the entire thickness of the knife is the thickness behind the edge of your average Spyderco.
But if you don't try it, you'll never know, right?
Yeah, I'm going to try it. And if I didn't even know I ordered it. It was a mistake. When I ordered the steel for these, I mistakenly ordered that one piece that's even this. It's literally half this thickness.
Let me ask y'all something. Have you ever heard of Swartz knives?
Yeah, TJ Swartz.
Yeah, I never had before. I checked out one of these little knives from this one right here from my local knife store.
Yeah.
You know what these things are ground to, or what the sharpening angle is on these when you set them up from the factory?
What's that?
18 degrees, which to me seemed low or high. I mean, it seems slicey.
Kyle sharpens most of mine at about 18, I think.
Right. But most
yours
knives,
closer to 20.
yeah, most come from the factory around 20, you would think. And that's a little Magna Cut at 64. Is set up to be kind of like a camp kitchen knife if you read about it. But when he said his starting bevel was 18 degrees, I thought, well, that's pretty thin.
My very first knife, the Trailhead, my first design, was inspired by TJ Schwartz because of his knife called the Overland.
Yeah, that's what we were just looking at was a Sport, the smaller version of that.
Right.
So the difference, Javon, depends on the blade stock thickness and what behind the edge is, because then that'll determine how.
All right, so the tang thickness is 0.130.
I'll tell you this, as much as I love TJ.
What is it? Hang on.
0.130.
Okay, so that's an 1/8 inch.
And that's a 2.8 inch blade, and it's sharpened at 18 degrees.
And is that a full flat?
I believe so. Hold on.
It's a saber. I could see it.
Oh,
I didn't see the picture. That's why I was asking.
Oh, this right here is. Let me share it again. Is that a saber? It looks like a flat.
Oh, put it back up there. I saw the line. I'm almost positive I saw the line.
I saw the line too. I didn't think that was called a saber though.
Yeah. You see that flat?
Yeah.
That's flat. So it's not full flat ground. That's a saber.
Right. But I would call that 3/4 flat. I wouldn't call that saber.
Now that this has thinner blade stock than that does.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
This has the same HRC, so probably the same heat treat protocol. And this is going to be way slicier than that thing.
Dude, that thing
will be a little tougher. That's going to be a little bit tougher than the fret. But then when you buy a knife, a little 3-finger.
Yeah, that's
I can get all 4 on it. You know, when you buy a knife like this and you start testing its toughness, you're an idiot.
But dude, that's exactly what I had in mind for a little slicey, freaking awesome little pocketable fixie. I think that's just awesome.
Without going even thinner on the stock, you can't get any slicier than what this is. This knife is almost, it's literally 0.02 away from being a zero grind now. Kyle will not bitch about this when he sharpens it, I guarantee you. And
Kyle, what would you sharpen something like that to? 20? Just to keep it?
The logo on there?
Yeah, it looks awesome.
It's bright and shiny, it's hard to see.
Yeah,
well, it's just your lights. I can see it.
More than likely 20 because I don't want to make it too fragile, being that thin behind the edge.
Yeah,
that's what I was getting ready to say. So, like on that Schwartz, if it's not super thin behind the edge, 18 would just be a little bit larger of a bevel, but it wouldn't be too low because you still have plenty of toughness behind the edge.
Yeah, he had one on there that was a real knife that wasn't a drawing. I guess you could see the bevel would be wider, we would assume, right?
If it is thicker behind the edge, yes.
All right, so let's look at the Overland X.
Yeah. I do love his design language. I love that knife. I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying.
No, it's a comfortable knife in hand.
This will be a much better cutter than that is. That's going to be a little bit tougher though.
So that one is sharpening angle 18 degrees, thickness behind edge 0.008 to 0.010, blade thickness 0.130, CNC flat grind.
Wow. Okay.
63, 64.
So Shane, he's taking that from Shane. He's taking that from 1/8 inch down to 1/8 thou.
1/8 thou at the edge?
Yeah, behind the edge thickness.
Oh, that's what I shoot for These are at 7.
That's what that's saying that is between 8 and 10 thou from 1/8-inch blade stock.
Okay,
on-
so
on
so
flat.
so the 1/8-inch blade stock's the 0.13,
Correct.
and then he's grinding all the way down to say 0.010 if he goes on the flat
This
side.
is 1/8-inch blade stock as well.
I know. I'm just
The
saying, but
difference is this is full flat, so
Yeah.
that's going to change that whole edge geometry by at least 2 degrees. So this is going to cut better.
Dude, that is so sexy.
my point was
I
he's
love that
still
knife.
removing quite a bit off of that. Is what I was saying.
Yeah, but he's not a CNC is.
It is
Shut
there,
up,
Rick.
you
And he's got the Overland. He's got the Overland Sport, and then the Overland X is actually smaller than the Overland. I learned.
Yeah, I'm a big TJ Schwartz fan. Like I said, that's why I made the Homestead. And then I thought about it. It wasn't very popular. I think I sold 1 or 2. But, and then I realized was kind of unnecessary because TJ Schwartz already did the Overland. And this is pretty much the exact same thing I had in mind.
Well, he doesn't seem to do a lot of knives. I mean,
If you want a tough knife, y'all check this one out. Just finished this today. That's Tree Stabbing Troy's
ooh,
3/16 thick 4V Goon XL after the.
dude, the jimping on that looks incredible.
Yeah. This thing is a monster.
So
you guys have already seen it with those ugly ass orange scales. I ground those off and redid it in a vintage caramel micarta. I didn't have any liner material. That's my only regret, but I needed to get this done, and I'm not afraid to admit that he didn't pay me for this. I was so gracious of Troy and what he did, the fact that he paid me what he did to make those 2 Alabama hammers, and he was giving Bama Ninja one of them who finally got his. This was the leftover piece of steel, so I made this for him for free to show my appreciation.
That's awesome, Kathleen. That's much more important. Spend time with the grandson. Shane, Kathleen said hello to you, young man.
Hey, Kathleen, how are you?
You want to know a fun fact
Always.
about TJ Schwartz? He designed the Arius.
The Korner area?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Well, I knew he says in his bio, because I tried to learn about it before I did the review, and he's got a pretty big about section, but he says he's lent his designs to a lot of different companies, but he didn't specify any of his designs that were out there.
Yeah.
Because he only has like 4 knife designs, if I'm not mistaken, 4 or 5 designs on his website.
Well, here, let me.
I got it right here.
You're still here. I haven't forgot about you, sweetie. I was just talking about that. I've not had a great month, and I've got every knife I have finished over there in a box right now, so I will get your knife out to you in the next few days.
So it looks like he's got a Lost Trail and then his Overland series.
There you go, Javon.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I felt like I wasn't hiding that. I thought naming that knife the Trailhead
Where'd you find that?
was a homage to TJ Schwartz.
That's off of. He did a podcast with Bob DeMarco, and that's on Bob DeMarco's website.
Oh, okay. I didn't see. For some reason, I think he's at 9 o'clock. For some reason, I miss Bob DeMarco, and I like his content. I like his personality, but I just never seem to catch his content.
Well, just Matt, you can see right there. It shows that he tells him what he designed. It says designed the Arius and the Zanadia.
So does he talk about, did you see the podcast? Does he get any percentage off of the sales? Does he get a little?
I don't know. I didn't.
Or he might have sold it as a like turnkey thing.
Isn't TJ Schwartz and Moen, weren't they connected somehow?
I don't know if him and Jerry ever worked together, or maybe
I kind of swore TJ Schwartz and Moen.
He might have studied. He might have studied under Jerry.
I think TJ helped design that Moen implement that, it's got the workstation that lays down, that cradles your flat platen, so you can just lay the knife flat on it. And
Are you talking about his grinding jig or the actual work rest? Because Moen's done both.
The work rest, the one that you can put on the contact wheel, and you can just hold the blade material flat on the table, move it up to the hollow, and you can push the hollow as far up the blade as you want to.
Yeah,
I
he's
think that was like I think TJ had some input into Moen creating that.
Moen's a freaking genius. He also did the air cooled one too. Work rest. Was it air cooled or water cooled? I can't remember, but he had a cooled work rest.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea when you think about it. That way, every time you back off the wheel, the work rest itself is sucking the heat out of the blade.
Yeah.
So it's a production time saver, or makes sure.
It's just a quality insurer.
I got you.
That's not repeatable in a production.
Because he's able to control that temperature much more specifically.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, did you see that earlier?
No. What is it?
Liner lock, XM18.
They've been doing liner locks recently on a couple different models.
What's the advantage of a liner lock?
I was just asked the same thing.
No, nothing. I wouldn't.
Is it cheaper?
No, they're exactly the same, 4 1/4.
No,
Except you get 2 sides of G10, which to me, I think I would go with a frame lock over a liner lock, unless that liner lock was causing you problem because you were putting pressure on it.
Well, see, the only person I know that benefits is me, because I don't like frame
That's
locks.
what I was thinking about, because
But how many of me are there, and is it worth putting out a whole nother line of knives for? And even though the production is so much cheaper, why wouldn't you make it $40 cheaper?
well, would it make sense that it would be thinner?
Not
I noticed they're sold out of these. These were $475, the non-flipper Bowie liner locks.
That's just because it was one of those special ones they put together.
Yeah.
Special assemblies.
It cost him less to make. You think? I just think it would have been a good idea to be.
Yeah.
Liner thickness is the liner thickness is 0.050 inches.
Yeah.
I wonder how that compares to a frame.
I'll just say that I would be way more likely to own another hinder if I could get a liner lock. I would carry a liner lock hinder. I love my hinder. I was really proud of it. Aside from the complaints I've made in the past, all that aside, it's a 99.9% perfect pocket knife.
So if the lock side thickness is 0.140 and the liner lock thickness was 0.050, that's a lot less material, isn't it?
That's a pretty thin liner.
Let's go back and look if I was reading that right.
I've got a piece of 0.040 over there, and it's damn near paper thin.
Let's see. Liner.
Brand, calm
thickness.
down. You don't have an aneurysm. You're okay.
Oh, that's what I'm looking at, right?
Just in time for the hinder conversation.
That's what we're looking at, the 0.165 inches for the lock side thickness.
Yeah.
Because the liner thickness is just the liners that go around the inside. That wouldn't be your liner lock.
That makes me want another hinder, in all honesty, if I could get a liner lock.
Hey, buddy, they look nice.
They do.
They do look nice.
And I have zero issues with what he's doing with his S45. Is it the top performing S45 on the market? No. But on a hinder, I wouldn't care.
It's solid.
Yeah, it's solid, and that's all that matters. I wouldn't care.
Most of my hinders, and I'm sure most people are going to hate this, but except for my one Magna Cut, most of mine are 20 CV. I've got the S45 in my XM18, but I think my Jurassic, my Eclipses, and both my 3 inches are 20 CV.
But this
way, you guys know too, John will have a fret in hand to start promoting soon, and this one's about to go to him. I've already got a couple of people ready to pay, but I'm not doing anything until John gets them, starts promoting them, and taking orders. There's only 4 in existence at the moment, but the plan is to take orders on these and see how many we need to do on the next batch. But,
yeah, I think I think you added so much character to that knife with the modifications you made between
that one little dip, dude. That dip in the spine completely changed the look of this knife.
It changed the thickness of the handle. It changed. I mean, it
made everything better. Like when you grip this thing and lay your thumb in there, even though there's no jimping, it doesn't need it.
No, it's just clean.
Yeah, man, this thing is. I didn't design it, and I'm
Hey, buddy, you added more to it than I do in terms of.
what I'm saying is, out of all the stuff that I've been passionate about designing, this is the best thing I've ever made.
Dude, it's a beautiful little knife.
Yeah.
Now I still think the Thug. I definitely want one of those. Not to I'll send it back to you, but just to show whenever you've got one.
Well, I have some, and I have to get you a box out here within the next few days, and call a box. Hopefully, I'm going to do some shipping on Monday.
What's up, Brent?
But yeah, I think I have about 7. Well, I sold today. I have 4 or 5 Thugs left. So,
Paul, how close are you to getting your bless? Is it closing up? I hadn't been to Donnie's site in a while. Let me pull him up.
I'm waiting on Paul's slip joint blade. And he bought a piece of S125 from me, and I cut him a Thug out of it, and there was a chunk left, and he sent it to another maker who's making a slip joint out of that.
He told me he was getting that guy. I tried to get on his live stream the other night, and I've noticed he goes live quite a bit late at night. God, I can't think of his name right now, but Paul was telling me about that, and I didn't know you were.
I've got his in full waiting to heat treat, but I was going to wait till I got the other one so I could heat treat them both. And yeah,
Shane.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's the 24.
Ooh, yeah, that's your skinny, right?
Yeah.
With the hollow grind. Look at that.
Yeah,
Let me make you big. Let me make you big for a second.
It's a skinny with a BGM regrind.
I love that knife. The only thing I would have done a little different, and Rick Hinder is way smarter than I am, but you see right after where your thumb is, right after the finger choil, and then it dips down into the curvature of the handle.
Yeah.
I would have swept that up towards the spine a little more. I think it on the regular drop point, that handle shape works perfect, but on that, I feel like the handle's a little too thick right below the second body screw from the butt.
Right here?
Yeah. I would have where that bows out, I would have actually concaved that a little.
Bring it in a little bit.
Yeah, I think that'd make that knife way better look. Now on the drop point, it don't need it. But for some reason on that, that skinny blade makes it look too thick right there.
Brant, it's better because of the regrind, buddy.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of. I regret not sending my little Magna Cut half track because I'm not looking to resell my Hinders. I want them to cut good. I want them to be good knives.
Oh, I wouldn't have that without the regrind.
Yeah, it makes such a difference.
That's how much bigger it is.
Right. I mean, if you're like Brant, you're collecting them for the collectability. I get it.
Yeah.
But if I was going to carry it and ever use it, I wouldn't own it without the regrind.
Well, back to you were talking about the steel. So like their S45 solid, I would take their Magna Cut over their 20 CV now.
I did hear that their Magna Cut has stepped way up.
But for opening cat food, I mean, I feel like, again, I'm not the normal guy. But for me, the 20 CV, and I've sharpened it.
What's up, Dana?
It seems fine. I mean, maybe it's not all that in the cat's meow, and I'm sure they're much, much better. We know they're much, much better heat treats out there.
It is fine for what you're doing with it. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm just saying, even if so they up the HRC of their Magna Cut to like 61, 62. And even at that, I would take that over well done 20 CV.
Because you're not a fan of 20 CV, right?
No, I'm not either. 20 CV or M390, unless it's custom heat treated.
Even then, it's not worthwhile in today's market.
No, for what you pay for it, you could have S90 or you could have a lot of better steels.
Is it all marketing driven? Why it's so like? Why Microtech would take the time? Hey,
Tim Reeve bought 20 tons of 20 CD. No, I'm sorry, that was S45. He had tons of it, so of course they have to market it as great because they got a warehouse full of it. But it was never as.
How did we get so heavy in 20 CD?
It was made for cutting plastics in a die in a machine shop in a production facility.
Really? So it's made for that type of
Designed to
material?
cut plastic and plastic only. And then when we decided to use it for a knife, it's an okay steel, but there's way better out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Paul?
And Bowler doesn't care if nobody ever makes another knife. They don't make enough money off of
Because knives are such a fractional percentage of what any steel is going to go towards, except maybe MagnaCut, or they use the MagnaCut for other things besides knives now.
I don't know. Maybe,
I mean,
but
unless some niche company has decided to, but that's all MagnaCut was designed for, was the knife industry.
What do y'all think about S35VN, like with the way ProTech hangs onto it? And I know they're better steels, but I've got some S35
It's on par
that
with 20 CV.
Huh?
It's on par with 20 CV. It's a fine steel.
So
Yeah.
for a cutting up and cat food,
yeah, it's fine for that. I mean, it's not going to be a super steel, but it's okay.
so
Right.
available
I mean,
in the market today, would you say, again, heat treat playing a big part in geometry, would MagnaCut probably be the bar to shoot for?
It's the best well-rounded
all-around
steel on the
steel.
market.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want all-around steel, yes. If you want solely edge retention, no. There's other steels you can get for that.
Like, would S90V be better on edge retention?
Yeah, but it's also going to be weaker.
More brittle?
Or you could do any of the super carbons, like, your Rex 45, 76.
Magnum, Maximat?
Any of those would be okay.
The thing a lot of people forget is that the excellent edge retention on MagnaCut was an accident. Laren had no idea that it was going to be capable of doing what it does, because he had no idea it was going to be capable of being heat treated to the hardness that it was. When they realized that the toughness didn't drop off at 64, even he was shocked. That was pure luck that all that happened. And that's why he did recommend in the beginning 61, 62, because they hadn't tested it yet to find out.
Because he thought that was a sweet spot to keep the balance.
And he found out, hey, man, it's just as tough at 64. Well, shit, let's try it at 64, and then realized this outcuts everything else in that category. So, yeah, in its category, it's the best.
And your other measurable attributes remain high at that higher heat treat too, right? So you're not giving up really anything.
Yeah.
Paul, once this breaks in, I'll think about it. But right now, the thumb studs are so stiff that it's hard to even open with the thumb studs right now. It's got to break in.
And Paul, you're 100% right. I'm sure your M390 is great. It's just the problem with it now is, but that's probably a custom heat treat too. The problem is that now is you can make M390 great. It does take a custom heat treat, but for what it costs,
yeah,
there's better options.
I would take.
M390 is not good.
Yeah,
I had a 20 CV Spider Coat. It was fucking excellent. There was so much drama surrounding that knife, though. I couldn't put it in my pocket.
A custom M390 from South Africa. It's going to be done well. It's going to be great. But for that price point, I'd much rather have a ton of other steels with a custom heat treat.
Right.
So I would rather have any of the high carbon steels like that. I'd rather have S45. I'd rather have
S35 with a custom heat treat will outcut M390 with a custom heat treat.
But S45 will S-cut.
None of us have experienced S35 at what it can be. It exists, and it outcuts K390, and it's stainless, and it's tougher than K390. The problem is nobody makes it that way but a couple of people, and some of y'all hate one of them, so you're probably never going to.
Maddie, to answer your question, you send them out to me.
And I would say I think that the field sharpener is a great sharpening system.
It's not a sharpening system. It's a maintenance tool.
It's a maintenance tool, but it'll sharpen a knife.
That's why it's set at 20, so that even if your knife is laid back to 15, you can put a micro bevel on it.
And get it cutting
The whole
again.
design behind that sharpener was, if you're in the woods and the sun's going down and the bears are about to start moving in on your elk kill, you can get enough micro bevel on your knife to
Cut that elk up.
Finish cutting that elk up and pack it the hell out of there before you get eaten alive.
Yeah, it's a maintenance tool. It's not a sharpening system.
That's a bug out bag.
True. That was a little aggressive in my terminology. I'll give you that.
Right. It's great at what it does, though.
Yeah, I mean it's having a bag to use for occasions like that. Yeah, it's great, but don't put it in the same category as like
Doing a real sharpening.
You're right.
And if
You're
you
not.
do real sharpenings with it, if you attempt to, you'll do like I did. It will shock you how fast you will have two blank pieces of steel. Like that diamond wears out super quick because it was never meant to create a new bevel or lay back a bevel with it.
No, that's the whole thing. I think the difference in like a diamond plated stone and like an infused or a, what do you call it?
Resin
bonded stone is the ability.
We're at a point now though where diamond is kind of like S35.
Right.
It's 4-year-old technology at this point.
Correct.
I mean, Kyle's got stones that he could probably grind his diamonds down to nothing with.
Those alphas, or has he got something cooler than alphas now?
I don't remember what he's talking about.
That silver stone, that vitrified silver, yeah.
Yeah, you can grind your diamond plates in half with that.
The ability to actually apex a knife, you need a stone of decent quality. You're not going to get that on a touch up. Same thing, they were for a long time. Spyderco was selling that sharp maker as a sharpening system. That's a touch up.
You're exactly right. And I even bought the bonded diamonds with that. I mean, I've tried to think of because they tried to promote reprofiling with that system, which you couldn't do. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Maddie. Ceramic is designed to be like that's your honing. That's the last step.
But they sell boron, and they sold diamond encrusted rods because I was an idiot and bought both of those for reprofiling because I thought I could do more on that system.
John, those rods are still valuable, dude. That'd be great if you have a recurve or if the rod's the right size, if you have a serrated knife.
I hooked Josh up with that, I think. I hooked somebody up with that system.
Yeah, they're I mean it's good for what it is, but it's not. It was marketed wrong. It was marketed as a sharpening system. It's not.
But the DVD that comes with it, as much as I hate DVDs, I watched the YouTube version of it. It's pretty, I mean, I can see why they were successful selling those out of the trunk of their car or however they were. I think they put together a good little product and a good little operating, because they don't really talk about it outside of being a maintenance tool, even though they don't call it that on their videos.
Yeah, I mean that's what ceramics are for. Ceramics are for honing. So you're not doing those to apex a knife.
You're certainly not going to use it to change the edge angle.
Correct.
So were you about to talk about a stone that you got that's apexing better? Because I would think a trick is not to keep your metal on your blade, but still get as keen of an apex and an edge as you can. So coarser grit's not always better if you're taking away metal that you can keep on there and still keep a sharp edge, if that makes sense, or make a sharp edge.
The coarser is better because you're going to get to that point faster. So it's not about you're going to have to get that much material off to apex it regardless.
Okay.
So why not use a coarse stone to get there faster and less effort?
I want to pre-warn you. I can't see a flat in this edge at all, but I still think you're going to hate it.
Okay.
It's that same 4V that those choppers were made out of.
Did you put anything on it at all?
No, I've lost. Oh, is Ryan still in here?
He is.
Yeah, right there he is.
Ryan, answer me in the chat. Did I leave my electric work sharpener in the back seat of your truck? Because I have not seen it since Blade Chip.
I bet you did. I bet you Ryan took that.
If I have lost it, I'm not even buying another one. I'm just going to buy one and have it shipped to Kyle.
No,
so he can.
I'll just if it's that bad, I can put it on the.
No, don't be wrong, dude. I ground this.
Oh, yep. He says he's got it.
It's in his truck.
Damn it, Mimo. That's not funny. We're not going to start with the teeth jokes. We all know where my teeth went.
Hey, that was a sketchy afternoon. We were coming off of a dopamine dump for days at Blade Show, and we almost got T-boned.
You're blaming Mimo. That was Marco.
I'd give $500 if my teeth were in Ryan's truck, but they're not.
Shane, you're out here giving Mimo strays. That was Marco.
Oh, was it Marco? My bad, Mimo. But you
You're
go,
just throwing
Marco.
the M's out there.
But I
The,
consider not getting in front of a camera ever again when that happened. This
Oh,
is hard.
buddy. I get it. I've got all my teeth need to be replaced. I've just kind of gone with it and hide behind my mic. What's up, One Moon? Good to see you, brother.
What's up,
No,
woman?
no, Matt. Javon was in the back seat. Ryan and I were in the front, but all of our bags were in the back. Because you can put like 87 suitcases and still fit Javon in there somewhere.
Oh, I had so much room. I mean, I had leg room, I had shoulder room, I had head
It
room.
literally looked like an 8-year-old child.
I'm convinced that we
Did
could
your
have gotten
feet-
T-boned, and I would have been like in a cocoon in that center section, just with that little lap belt holding
Did
me
your
in.
feet touch the floorboard?
Nicely. They weren't like cramped in, but they were touching. They were grifting.
Shane,
We almost did get T-boned. It's a bad thing.
Shane,
Ryan would have died.
you could have lifted
Ryan
that.
was right on it.
You could have lifted that back seat up and stuffed them underneath that undercarriage. That
Oh, yeah.
little
Back there with
storage
the
box.
That
jacket.
was an amazing truck. And what was so cool is it changed colors. It had a satellite that would actually turn it from a black truck to a white truck.
It would. It would turn from black to white.
Did it turn the lights from white to purple too?
Stealthy. Yeah, the lights did their own
It
thing.
has the overhead camera thing to let you park, but in that video, the truck is superimposed and it's white on the camera. Even though it looks
Dude,
like
that thing is high tech,
it's a
man.
drone hovering above you, helping you back up.
Yeah.
But the
It's all the different camera angles vectoring to where you are, like showing
And
you
it just
in your
superimposes
space.
the truck, but the truck that it superimposes is white when Ryan's truck is actually black. And every time he put it in reverse, we joked about the fact that the truck was white on top.
I just was talking about his purple lights he was seeing everywhere.
No, but I learned that was really funny. A week after Blade Show, randomly scrolling through YouTube, and I saw this video that said, "Why do LED lights turn blue and purple?" So I turned it on because, we laughed our ass off at convincing John that light wasn't purple. He was just too high on mushrooms.
I was believing that they were just blue.
It's got to do with the coating they put on the lens. All LED lights are purple. They put this coating on it that turns it white. And on the cheaply made LEDs, that coating wears out very quickly and the
Burns
light
off.
starts to look blue and purple. That parking lot literally glowed purple, John.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
It was not your eye.
It was splendid.
gorgeous.
It was
But
splendid.
we had convinced him that it was not purple.
Yeah, y'all had convinced me it wasn't purple, but at that point I wasn't minding it because it was like a field of lilacs that smelled like asphalt. And something about those two just rapidly different.
And John was
come
so
together.
high, he didn't care that as beautiful as the lighting was. I was standing there literally thinking I was going to
Man,
die.
I was glad to be out of that truck.
Yeah.
Remember, we got her to drop us off close. We were like, you don't have to take us back to the hotel. You just let us off here. We'll walk. Well, she was a nasty one, wasn't she? Or was she not?
Yeah, she's the one that wasn't super. She was the only one that wasn't super friendly.
Yeah, she was the one that
She didn't think any of our jokes were funny.
commenced me to the back. Didn't
She
like
didn't
the
laugh at a
Jordan.
single racist joke I told in there.
Is that the one with the Air Jordans?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can
What
see
was I
why
said
then.
to her? I forgot.
God.
I forgot what I said to her. I didn't think it was racist.
You said she was talking about knife prices, and you said, well, think about it. It's kind of like some people will value an Air Jordan when it's not worth what, and she took that as a racial. Which I didn't take it as a racial thing. I took it
You know
as
what, though, dude? If she took that as racist, she's hunting for a reason to be mad. So fuck
she
her.
was. Well, like I said, I tried to jump in the front seat and she shooed me to the back because she had like a bottle of pills up there. That chick was a junkie. And she was angry and she was looking for some kind of restitution that I wasn't going to serve up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let you in my front seat either, Javon.
Everybody else did, man. I was welcome.
Every Uber we got in, John sat in the front.
That's just how they had it set up.
Well, they always had the front seat slid way up.
Yeah.
So John was the
Exactly.
only one. John's the only
Exactly.
one that could fit up there.
Put me up there close enough to the airbag to where it would have been effective should we have
Shane,
done it.
look at Dr. Drews. Exactly.
Yeah, I remember now. She was amazed at how much some of those knives were.
Well, I was thinking Jordans too, because I'm the type of guy that goes, I wouldn't pay that for Jordan.
What else? It had nothing to do with the fact that she was black. It was just the fact I couldn't think of anything else that people pay extravagant money for when it's really not worth it.
No, there's not. I mean, the crack conversion doesn't work. I mean, Jordans, or
Jesus
trading
Christ,
cards.
Javon.
I could have compared Church's versus Popeye's prices, but she would have took that as racist too.
Who used to have the crawfish? Was it Popeye?
Dr. Drew Dude.
Dude, what is that, Shane?
That's Dr. Drew Dude's Joke Wolf.
That looks like it's kind of taller. That looks like a revised joke wolf. I like that.
It is a slightly taller blade.
It is very, very sexy.
I heightened the blade on some of them to create at
Let me
least
make
a
you big
little
for a
bit.
sec.
To create at least a little bit of blade to handle separation here. Because before, with the blade thinner, it was just a straight stick and you could easily slide up. But Drew, that is your joke wolf that you.
I like your tip too.
Yeah.
And I like your.
It's got a little bit of a Spanish razor. I started to take that off, but I like it.
I like that too.
All the joke wolves are a little bit different. I was never happy with the knife to begin with.
But are you getting happier with it looking like that? Because I know you said your thug kind of replaced it, but I like that little guy. I think that one right there looks.
What I did, I started implementing concept from the thug to this to make me like it more. So it does have a slightly taller blade and a slightly taller hollow grind. But yeah, that's yours, Drew. It is. It's about.
I like your tip, Paul. That was a quote. Somebody snip it.
I like your tip. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice tip.
Yeah. That whole. I'll talk about that now too. But I want people to pay attention to the whole conversation. When I sent those knives to Brian F., it really was out of desperation because I was so far behind. I needed help. We had no idea, and he had no idea. He had never done this before, of how much time it was going to take to get those right, and they are very well done. And he just simply he don't have time to do it. So I actually got a couple of them back that haven't been done yet. It is still an option in the future. One knife at a time. I'm not ever going to send him a batch like that again. He doesn't want me to. I don't want to. But I don't want anybody to think there was any kind of hard feelings or falling out. Or
no, that was just a trial.
It took him a month and several $100s to even get the right tooling to be able to make that happen. So what started out as a time-saving venture just didn't work out. It's not his fault. He has more important things he has to do to pay his bills. But it has made people wait even longer than they would have if I had kept them and done them myself originally. But that being said,
live and learn.
Live and learn. If you want bolt-on handles, anything you order from me, he can do it, and it won't take the 4 or 5 months it took me to get these back. It was simply because of the numbers. He wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for it. We tried it. It didn't work as a batch. I'll just put it that way. And my handle work has gotten way better. I'm way more confident in it now. So it's not a necessity, but if you want bolt-on scales, it's still absolutely an option. And as long as it's one knife at a time, it won't be that big a deal.
But it seems like you're also enjoying making your handles more. I mean, when you talk to me about it, you're more excited about what you've done, what you've worked with.
Yeah, this knife really, really did wonders for my confidence.
Dude, that's so pretty.
When I took the time to work this the way it should have been worked and all that, there is one tiny issue with this knife, and I don't understand it at all. But if you look, you can see it good. Do you see that piece of liner that's missing?
Yeah.
That's an entire sheet. I don't understand how that one piece, I don't know where it went. I don't know if the belt chipped it out. I don't know.
I wouldn't notice it if you hadn't pointed out to me.
There's no real way to fix it, and it's not, you can't feel it.
No, I wouldn't. To me, it's a non-issue. It doesn't affect
Other than that, the knife is perfect. I mean, the fact that it's beveled here, where it turns down, all that turned out exactly.
I mean, the handle, the way you put the handle on it and made it, like you said, beveled it around, looks gorgeous.
That definitely has shown progress, which is A1
Thank you, Paul.
importance.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm just getting ready to highlight that.
Thank you, Paul.
I just
Yeah, it could have been a weak spot, Paul, in the material where it just flaked out. But again, a liner.
I'm going to try this though. I typically do my rush shaping in 36 grit. So in my mind, I was thinking, well, maybe that heavier grit, it just grabbed that G10 and snapped it. So I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to switch to an 80 grit to do my rough grind and see if that ever happens. I hope it never happens again. But that's the only one I've seen do that. There's no way I'm grinding these off and redoing them. It's just
No.
I could actually mix up some pink epoxy and just smear
Squirt
it
it in there.
That's entirely possible. I actually just thought of that. But yeah,
Doesn't bother me a bit.
What
It's
do you
not
guys
bothering me a
see? What do
bit.
you guys see this kitchen knife that I'm making for Bam and Knife guy though, Dave? This thing's good. He's got a MagnaCut blade. It's going to be this knife actually, this design in MagnaCut. Then it's going to have a white liner, a red liner, another white liner. These are very thin liners, by the way, and then red marble carbon fiber handles.
And it's going to be a kitchen knife, or you say it's going to be used for
the kitchen knife? It's for his. God, I hope I don't get this wrong. Forgive me if I do, Bam. I think it's his stepson. It could be his son. I'm not sure. I think it's Kelly's son. He wants to be a chef and wants a professional chef knife, so that's what I'm making. I can't wait.
You can make
that shredded carbon. That red shredded carbon fiber looks beautiful.
He can make you some like Play-Doh with G10 and epoxy.
Yeah.
Just squish in the hole.
Yeah.
I miss Play-Doh. I used to love that shit.
I mean, you can mix up a little bit of epoxy, put some pink mica in it, and just wipe it into there. Let it harden.
It doesn't bother me a bit.
I may do that tomorrow. Actually, I just
whatever you want to do. It doesn't. It's 6.5 does the other to me. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah. In all honesty, though, it needs it because everything else, it's too good.
Ryan, I didn't eat the Play-Doh, but I loved I didn't like the extruding tubes, but I love to cut it. I love to get the extruded sausage, and I like to cut the sausage down. I don't know why, but I really did. I enjoyed that.
I love cutting Konica with this chef's knife. Just lay it in, you can feel that snap when it goes through the skin.
Konica, that's the thicker, like beef jerky, right? This got like a skin.
Konica's the one that's only about as big around your pinkies. The Cajun. It's the most expensive smoked sausage at the grocery store. It's like $7 for a pound.
Oh, really?
It looks like a rope because it's skinnier than the others, but it's the most delicious.
Is because you used to get it? That's not the way you used to get the ropes down at what was it called? Swiss? Not what was the place at the mall that had the big ropes and stuff? It's not that.
I appreciate that, Kathy.
Those days are way over. And, I think.
And really what it took, in all honesty, was that burnout after Blade Show. I'd go to the shop, and instead of having all these big plans and this list of things I wanted to get done, I was kind of depressed and didn't have a whole lot of energy. So I just sat down and I just worked on one knife. I just work on that one knife till I was happy with it. And then when I saw the result, I realized that that's what I need to do every time.
Well, there was a lot that built into that because I tried to get you to show those more, and you were like I think you built up a lot of what you wanted to do when you were in Atlanta, seeing stuff, and you kind of had this plan.
I shut down. I had one that I felt like was worth showing. I put it to a few people. I'm sure I could have sold some knives. Bugsy was there. Bugsy wanted a thug. I didn't even bring up him buying his stuff. I wasn't prepared to sell him that knife because it wasn't ready to be sold.
I ordered a bunch of medium wife beater shirts and some cigars.
Yeah.
Well, if you
that is true, but at the same time, dude, I could call that guy right now, and regardless of what my problem was, he would go broke and break his back trying to figure out how to help me. He's a really good dude.
You talking about Lee?
But you were right. He wears skinny jeans, medium shirts, and he does have tweezed eyebrows.
Hey, I'm a Lee fan. I was kidding about his
I guarantee you don't have a single hair on his nutsack. you know he waxes his nutsack.
Javon.
Yeah.
If you got a medium wife beater It just looked like you're wearing a sleeveless hoodie.
Dude, I'm a solid medium. You should see me in my small that I got from Dustin Driver. It looks too small, man. It makes me look like I'm on steroids.
His shirt runs small anyway. Dude, I bought a 3X from him. His 3X looks like a 1X on me.
On Dustin's?
Yeah, his shirts run small.
Well, a lot of that stuff, and I've noticed Kaiser knives run small. I think we're just bigger. And you would think that Kaiser would have figured that out. And I'm not taking anything away from Kaiser, but just small, like I've got a lot of smaller knives that are imports than I do American knives. American made knives seem to always be, you've got a mini A100 or you've got a mini Griptilian, which are still big size knives. I mean, this is a mini Adamas and that thing's full size, you know? So I think Americans think of mini as different.
That's not an Adamas.
Not Adamas. It's a mini Mojo, mini Mojito. No. What is this called?
Is it the Bedlam?
No, this is the mini Mojito, I think.
Boy, if Marcus Gamo was here, he could tell us. How crazy was that when that Zach showed up at the Honey Bucket last night?
I missed the Honey Bucket. I was asleep on the couch. It was.
Dude, Zach just rolled up on him. Just hunted him down and found him.
Oh, he showed up there personally?
Yeah.
How awesome was that?
He just pulled up in the truck. Yeah. Stevie was like, holy shit. Yeah, Zach don't even live there.
I didn't realize that. That's a couple hours away, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was he over there for business or did he just.
Him and his wife were there, and he's like, hey, I'm going to go find the Honey Bucket. And he did. Sure was like the last 45 minutes to hour.
So he knew where the airport was, probably, right?
Yeah, and he was driving around the airport. He actually found another Honey Bucket on the other side and realized that Stevie wasn't there. So he just kept cruising the back roads around the airport until he found it. It was hilarious.
That's funny. Yeah. I was there at the beginning and then I fell asleep early. I crashed out.
Stevie, you're right. That's one of the best things about Lee. He definitely he can take it. He can take a ribbon for sure.
Yeah.
I got another knife I want to show y'all. Just in case I didn't mention it, this was
what's up, Craig?
Brian F's handle work. But I've got another one I want to show. I don't think he's in here tonight, but
show it. I'm looking for this. I can't believe I can't think of the name of this knife. It's making me go on a OCD.
Someone said Locos?
Mini Locos. Thank you.
That sounds right.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This is a knife I was going to trash. Kyle hasn't seen it since either. But Kyle, you remember the recurve Thug?
Yeah. Nice.
And
that's right.
That's G.L. Hansen and Sons G10, my car, whatever you call it.
Is that still going to the same person?
Yeah. Huh?
Is that still going to the same person?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing I would have done different, there's a slight difference in my design and the way Brian F does it. He didn't cut this corner off. I typically put a 45 right there
to run it back.
But that's not his fault. I had not considered pin placement for screws in the past because it didn't matter to me. There were no screws, and now that there are screws, aren't where they should be. So I now know in the future to make sure I put the pinholes where you can use hardware instead of pinning it and it not matter.
That recurve looks good.
This pin should have been back at least another quarter inch.
I was gonna say that's too far forward. That's too
far forward.
Close to the Ricasso.
Right. Yeah. See, he couldn't even put a bevel here because it would have ran into the screw.
That knife was sick.
You know, but I had never had to consider that in my design. I never had to consider the head of the screw because I've never used screws. But it was great, you know, because I learned something from it. He learned a lot from it.
Going forward, I know it's going to be difficult, but that with a recurve is badass. I like that a lot.
I think I've come to the fact that I'm learning I'm not a lawnmower.
I'd love to have this with a ring.
Yeah, that would be.
With a ring. This would be a nasty.
Oh God! Don't get me started, Shane.
Don't try to steal my Slurpee cutting tool. Well, don't get you started on what?
Never mind.
You don't like rings?
No, it's just a conversation we had the other day that set me off.
You and I had
Yes.
about rings?
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Kyle gets into his feelings. You probably don't remember it.
Thanks, Shane. Appreciate you remembering our conversations.
About the ring, I remember us talking about, I felt like Melissa Backwood's knife looks like a thug with a ring.
See, Todd knows exactly what I'm talking about because Todd and I had that conversation as well, too.
Hey, Melissa Backwood's knife also comes, you can get an extended aluminum handle. This is that same Warren EDC with a 3.5-inch handle that's thick there at the end. So it comes together, but it gives you a whole nother bolt and another inch of grip.
Yeah. Well, I apologize, Kyle. I don't remember, but you know I don't have a memory. And Paul, I might attempt that, but you have to keep in mind, your thug is about half as thick as everybody. There's not much to put a swedge on.
And you would remember exactly the conversation if Kyle gave you a hint. You're just not thinking about it.
I'm just not going to say it publicly.
Okay.
Just because it doesn't need to be, it's not that big a deal to be addressed. So.
What is that?
Good question. We were trying
Ugly
to figure
as
it
shit.
out. This is a Kaiser Polaris chisel grind bushcrafting knife.
Why'd they do all those drill holes on the blade?
They only did, there are two versions. You can get one with it. It's paying homage, right, Kyle?
Supposedly.
Homage to what?
An ugly ass knife.
Kyle would know. Yeah, it's super sharp. It's a chisel grind. It's allegedly makes tomatoes fall off there.
Oh, okay. Well, that might make sense. How often?
It doesn't.
For wood shaving, make it not bind up because it is it's a chisel grind. You can't really see it here.
Why didn't they just put a nice tall?
There is. You can get one version. This one's AEBL. There's another one that's 1095. You can get either one of these knives with the flat side.
Why the fuck would Kaiser make something out of 1095? I know if Lancelot hears this, going to lose his mind. Let me tell y'all something, man. There is absolutely, positively zero reason to ever make anything out of 1095 ever again.
Let me make sure I'm being accurate. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm being accurate.
It's not as tough as Nitro V, and Nitro V is stainless and holds an edge longer. 1095 should not exist on the cut.
Yeah, 1095.
And even if you said you wanted it for patina, there are better.
Then use Fox. Use Pro Cut.
Yeah. Look, this one's got that funky.
Every way.
Shane. So the thing about that knife is, not only are they doing those holes in the back, the relief, but it's a saber grind only on one side, chiseled.
Right. Which is also dumb. It's literally a chisel. It's not a knife.
To make it easy to sharpen in the field, allegedly.
The whole point of doing a chisel grind on one side of a knife is for it to be a zero grind. It don't hurt my feelings if you got a micro bevel, but it shouldn't be a saber.
It's a zero.
But you're talking about all the way to the spine then.
No, it's got a saber that then goes to a zero. I'm sorry. So
what?
So I might be describing it wrong. So this is a saber right here, but there's no secondary bevel. It goes straight to the edge.
Yeah, it's a Scandi.
Scandi?
Yeah, it's a Scandi.
Scandi chisel ground.
Correct.
With a hollow in the back.
Correct.
Why didn't they just do an S grind in the back then?
That's what my point. That's what my point was.
Why does it cut like this?
Oh, I'm sure that's great. Chisels do cut great.
Paul, we already discussed that earlier. Yeah, it's a tribute to a Siberian indigenous group or something, but it
won't cut the other hand.
Illuminati, what in tarnation? I hadn't heard that in a long time, Blue. I needed that.
But the
How
point
you doing,
is,
by the way, buddy?
Good to see you, Bluminati.
I hadn't heard any updates on your situation. I hope things are better for you.
What's up, Bloomy? Yeah, that was my point, Shane. If you're gonna do it with an S grind, because that makes more sense for a food release. Being a chisel grind with the Scandi is not going to have any food release.
I think they did the chisel because of the relief in the back.
You should really do a Fibonacci grind.
Do you think that's because it would have weakened it had they run the same?
I don't know, but the one that they do it's a double Scandi on both sides. the other one that's
What,
plumb.
what people at Kaiser are forgetting, when people used to make shit like that, it was because they were without things that we have now.
It was because they were forged.
Right. That knife, that doesn't need to exist anymore. It doesn't serve a purpose anymore.
No, and taking
That knife
material,
with that
taking
same
material.
shape and flat ground it and a good steel and it do everything better than what that knife will do.
What's the purpose of a grind like this?
The only
For-
purpose of a saber grind is for like when you're making feather sticks, it causes that wood to curl up instead of staying flat and the knife having to drag through it. See what I'm saying? With a saber grind, the wood will curl and get out of its own way. That's all that's why saber grinds are the best at feather sticks. So if you make feather sticks every day, a saber grind is good. If you do anything else with your knife, there's no point in having a saber grind.
You mean Scandies, right?
Scandy.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So what's the
I was just
difference
making
between
sure.
a Scandy grind and a 3/4 flat? What I call a 3/4 flat.
A Scandy is literally just a 1/4 flat.
Okay, so it's just they're just taking that very bottom. I think Remora.
The biggest advantage to a
hold that up,
Scandy.
John. Here, a Scandy is it's your edge. So here's your grind. This secondary bevel is the edge. That wide ass part is your edge.
Yeah, because there's no other bevel.
Correct. So that is your edge. That's
on all Scandies, like on a Mora, it's going to do that too, right?
That's what this is. That's a Mora.
Okay.
And you can see that goes all the way down to the very end. That's the
so
bevel.
that right there is the difference in a Scandi and a 5/8 or 3/4 or 1/2 inch flat.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you've got that secondary bevel.
There's not supposed to be a secondary bevel on a Scandi, but
Correct.
50% of the Scandi knives out there have a secondary bevel. It's stupid.
Interesting.
But that was what I was getting at originally was, Shane, taking weight relief out of that does nothing for it because it's not making it stronger. It's not a forged knife. It's just for aesthetics.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I get it. It looks different. And there's probably people in here that liked it, and that's fine. If you want to get something that pays homage to days gone by, that's cool.
And that was the point. Like, if that's what it's for, that's cool. For a collector's piece, but I don't think of buying Kaisers for collector's pieces.
But for them to offer both styles makes you think that some people have in their focus group said, oh, that would be cool. Or they wouldn't have made it, I would think, but I don't know. I just know how we do focus groups.
Back up. You think they're having focus groups?
I do. I think they're very much a marketing company.
Hey, I got good news today, guys. I'm getting another free flashlight from Brian. I love it, dude. They keep reaching out to me and be like, if we give free flashlight, you do review? I'm like, sure. What you guys don't know, I've actually recorded those videos, and I just set them to private, and I send them the link so that they can watch it. But you guys never see it. I will take their free flashlights all day.
Absolutely. See this little titanium sharpener? I'm interested in it on Amazon. I was looking around at it, and they reached out to me to see if I wanted to do some review. A couple of their titanium pieces, their key organizers called Key Right or Key Unity. I said, sure, I'd be happy to look at it.
That they stole from an American company, I'm sure.
I don't know, because I sent them the videos. You know what they asked me to do?
From Keybar.
They asked me if I would take this sharpener in the woods and take a stick and sharpen the stick to feather stick it and then start a fire with the shavings. I said, why the fuck would I do that when I've got a knife and I'm a knife channel?
But I've got a pencil sharpener in my bug out bag, so I don't dull my knife. So I don't dull my knife making shavings to start.
Really? So that's something I should think about maybe making content for. To me, it seemed, why would I ever do that?
A lot of people have a pencil sharpener.
Because this is a titanium hardcore with a bigger hole for like sticks. Yeah. But what stick wouldn't that go up your blade?
Not if you don't remember, they made those fat pencils in kindergarten. You can buy pencil sharpeners that have 2 holes in them.
Oh, I know. But wouldn't that go up your German blades to use like a stick?
It's just why use your valuable sharp edge on your knife when you can use that?
Because it's got a goddamn tongue on the back, dude. I feel like I'm robbing myself if I don't use this.
Javon's going to send him a video of pencil sharpenings in the middle of his living room floor trying to set a fire.
Let me tell you something else, John, that people never think about. You see all these people that have snare wire in their bug out bags. Have you ever tried to snare an animal? It's a very low percentage.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like your kill rate would be
You
very
can
low.
literally just buy two $1 mouse traps and use those. Mouse traps will catch squirrels.
You've got
rabbits,
fishing line in yours, don't you?
Oh yeah.
I mean, fishing line to me seems like the way to go. I mean, that's what, because I'm such a picky eater.
I don't concentrate on how to make a snare work. I just have a couple of mouse traps.
That's much smarter.
Yeah, just like the pencil sharpener. It's a great survival tool if you have room for it. They don't take that much room.
And if you're the kind of guy that has nothing else to do and you want to make content on something that's fucking stupid, I'm just not.
No, it's not. Especially if you've got a ferro rod, dude. You can do a whole video where you make your shavings with that.
I do. And I've got a stump. I've got a stump that I can shoot it on.
Use somebody's little fire patch and tag them in it. You never know. They might send you a bunch of fire.
I've got some of that. I think I'm going to do it, man. I think I'm going to, after I rebuild my carburetor and get my lawnmower singing.
Take me off screen for a second. I got to take some drugs.
All right. Let me see how to do that. Are you still with me, Kyle?
Yeah. He can still hear us, so I'm going to go ahead and say this now. The bad thing about having mouse traps in his bug out bag is every time he puts cheese in there, he just sets them off because he gets hungry.
He's going to break his fingers.
Yep.
Thumbs up when you're ready to come back, Gabe. So I'm going to rant and rave one more time. This McNeese Mac 2 on skiff thick thick washers is the bomb.
That is a badass knife. But I have a slightly unrelated. How many of you guys came here? Your path to knife collection had to do with survival / bug out bag research, because that's 100% what brought me here. I researched all that stuff, was building my bag, and then when I got to the knife, that rabbit hole just took.
Did you find Marinex early on, or because he was kind of bridging that gap for what I see as a content creator?
Yeah, Marinex got unbearable though. His shilling got to a point where I couldn't watch it anymore. I enjoyed him. I was actually a mod on his channel, and he got.
You're right in time, buddy.
And some of the stuff was complete BS, but whatever.
He does a lot of Amazon BS. I always get wary when I see that stuff. I do have an Amazon that I swear by, and that's my box cutter.
Hey, John, we can do a giveaway. Let me go get it. Since you didn't advertise it, that's the best time.
I don't do survival stuff. I rough it at the Marriott.
I feel like I've got I can survive a little bit, but I'm kind of I got to get my carburetor running before I'm convinced that I'm a survivalist. But this knife right here is very cool. I'm not a Balisong guy, but this is a razor knife, and the way that it's set up, as long as you hold the handle that doesn't have the little lock on it, you can't cut yourself with it. I say that.
Javon, is there anything you don't like?
Yeah, I don't like a lot of stuff, but the stuff that I don't like, I don't really have around anymore. And there's stuff that I don't like as much as other stuff, but I use this every day. I mean, this is like my certified box opener because I just think it's cool.
You want to see the giveaway item for tonight, John?
What you got, buddy? Ooh.
This is
wait, hang on. YouTube terms and conditions. Shane is not giving away his prick.
No.
Now, let me start off by saying I'm going to include this on the box I'm sending to Javon. So then Javon will ship it to you. So it will not be there in 3 days. It's going to be
it'll come to me. I will pack it up.
This one does have a slightly short, as you can see, the handle wrap is a little short. Not going to grind it off and redo it, so I'm going to give it away. It still works just fine.
But dude, that's an awesome gesture. And you definitely, and
it's not. I mean, these aren't razor sharpened. These.
And that's Maddie's. That's Maddie's whole design. So Maddie, you should buy if the universe truly provides. When I put this random in, which I think I'm going to do, you should win tonight. That would show that the universe truly provides.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't win, it just means you've done something evil in the last 6 hours.
I hope he
And we
doesn't.
need to report you.
Did I say it out loud?
I didn't hear it. Say it again.
I just said I hope he doesn't.
Oh, I know. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna put I'm not gonna put that word. I'm gonna put a different word. So hold on.
This was actually designed. I know this sounds a little tactical, but I actually designed this to slide down in the molly of your chest rig or backpack, so you can just draw it and get somebody off of you, or bust some ice, or open a box, whatever. You could sharpen this though. You could put it on a stone and get it razor sharp. It'd be a little chisel ground knife.
Yeah, but it's so cool for what it is right now.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if anyone has really greeted or talked to, but we got someone relatively new in the chat that has reached out to me recently talking about sharpening. So I just wanted to welcome screen name Dana.
Hey, Dana.
I saw
I
Dana.
saw you earlier and said, hey, and I.
Oh, where's Andrew been?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him in probably 2 weeks or so.
And I hope he still wants that knife because I'm almost done with it.
I'm sure he does. He's just probably gotten busy.
Yeah, probably busy with work.
Yeah.
Maddie's got something sent to Dana. All right, Maddie. You guys are gonna win this knife. This is what this is the word that we're gonna put in the chat.
It better not be pokey stabby.
It's not.
It better not be prick.
I didn't want to do something dirty. I didn't spell the whole name, but everybody knows who that is. I was going to do Shane, but very few people know the Shane. But Edgy Blades. Where's my people? Here we go. There we go.
If you want to see how tough one of these are, Patina Turner has a video of him tearing down the rest of his burnt up porch with
beating it with a hammer, probably, right?
Yeah, he's stabbing his porch that caught on fire with it.
Dana's got her Edgy Blades in. Ryan's got his in. So we got 32 people in the live. And guys, this is for a handmade prick.
Yeah. It's just a tactical shiv.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Hadn't even put in
not
his
just a random piece of mild steel. This is hardened to about 59 HRC. I didn't want to go high because I wanted it as tough as it could possibly be.
Maddie, if you do that, I will pay for the whole entire piece and shipping it to you.
Absolutely, and I'll heat it up with my.
If you'll record it, I'll make you a special one. I'll make you one with barbs on it.
I'll sharpen it for you.
I don't think Maddie's put in his Edgy Blades yet.
I ain't seen it.
I haven't
Really
either.
don't want it.
Somebody's played for him.
That's very sweet of you, Drew. Drew's such a good
Drew
dude.
is sweet, man.
That is
when he was Dr. Drew, dude, I was a little bit more intimidated by him.
Well, were you?
Well, I just learned early on in sales that if you ever meet a doctor, you never call him doctor. You just say, oh, hey, Mike. Like if it's Dr. Mike, such and such, they always introduce myself as I'm Dr. such and such. And you're like, oh, hey, Mike. Hey, Steve. You don't give them that power. It was always bullshit sales training, but I've kept it to this day. So Drew Dudes was always Drew Dude, even when he had the doctor in front of him.
Yeah.
Now, if I ever got sick, I'd go to Drew Dude.
When people shrink their names down and remove the underscores, it makes it way easier to tag them. I say that, and now mine's kind of difficult to type on your phone.
Luckily, mine has fixed itself. I don't know if y'all remember. I went through 2 weeks of live streams where it was throwing Google screen names up there. Hey, Craig Vincent.
I remember that.
Put on Edgy Blades, hashtag Edgy Blades. Well, I went into, you've got through YouTube Studio, you can go in and live chat.
Craig, your thug is not here. Your thug is at Terry's having the sheath made, and then it's coming to you.
Maddie's getting some backers.
Did I already sharpen that one?
Yeah, I think it was one of the crew where you already sharpened.
Okay. I'm gonna play for someone real quick. Give me a second.
Play for someone because we got 11 minutes till we start over on said faction. And Maddie, put in your freaking word. You don't have to be here to win, Goob.
I didn't even tell Kyle about that. Kyle, that happened again, by the way. I sent Terry a package, a box.
Yeah, he told me that. You forget everything you tell me, or you don't remember what I tell you.
I don't. So,
I've only got 19 entries.
That's happened once to you and once to him, right? Where the label got damaged and they had to ship it all the way back.
That's twice to me, right?
Right.
Marco got in. Can't remember.
It happened when I sent you a box, and then it happened this last time I sent Terry a box.
Dana is getting a wrench right now. Since y'all introduced me to her and y'all have vouched for her, that's all I need.
I'm playing for someone who would really, really love that because that fits his style perfectly.
All right, Dana.
Kyle, these would be fun to sharpen, actually.
I had to go off a deleted message.
Lay
It
that
looks
edge
like
on the stone and run it back and forth.
Yeah, and then you flatten the backside.
Yeah.
Like it's just like a chisel.
Yeah. Yeah, you tell me how to sharpen those scissors. They still don't cut shit. I just can't do it.
scissors are tricky, man. Dana, you're modded up, sweetheart, or dude, however it goes.
Yeah.
Dana, I don't know why I think of that as a feminine name.
Well, I went to high school with a dude and a chick, both named Dana.
Well, there was a Dina. See, I went to school with the Dina. I went to their last name.
Garvey's probably the most famous Dana in the world.
I mean, you could still call him sweetheart, but
Dana has a winky. Damn it.
Hey, sometimes it's keep in mind, I was Jay Evans, and it was Tri-State who coined me Javon, because in chat he couldn't ever say Jay Evans. It was Javon's.
Yeah.
So when I decided to start a channel, it was Javon. It stuck. And it was probably one of my smarter moves because it's such a name that nobody else has. There are a few more Javons on YouTube, but if you just type in Javon, typically I'll come up.
It comes up on my search either way. I can type in John Evans, Juhvon, Jevan. Any of those I type in, you pop up now.
Dude, I'm telling you, shorts. And Shane, I owe it all to you at Blade at that custom knife show. And I did that one Pro Tech. Yeah. Shorts has been everything for me. I talk in them.
I posted a short on the sidewalk. We got in the car that had 30,000 views. And John was like, what?
What the fuck? Yeah, I mean,
see that, and now I never post them.
Still the greatest, the one that I think's got the most, I think is like 100 and something thousand, but they average, 3,000-4,000. That's where all my subs come from. Granted, they don't engage with my long form content, but I don't make good long form content.
We got 12 minutes. Let's run it.
All right. So how many entries we got? We got 22 entries. We got 36 people in here. I'm going to give it how much time, Kyle? You tell me.
60 seconds.
All right. Count down, and I'm going to hit it when you tell me to go.
All right.
So y'all, if you can still see it, edgy blades for the handmade pokey stabby. If somebody comes to sneaking, you will definitely be able to leave them leaking the prick.
If you've got a tire that has air in it that for some reason annoys you,
you can make it go away. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Am I off, Kyle? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good luck, everybody. 2, 1. It's got to ship in the United States, or you got to have a proxy, by the way. Must be 18 years old to enter, and must just be a good person. Exactly.
Basically, we decide if we want to give it to you or not.
If exactly. This, I'm going to shit. That would be too funny.
Ryan, the Hitman Ellis.
Good job, Ryan.
Way to go, Ryan.
I guess I'll get this to you. I won't even send this to John, Dan. I'll get this to you along with your manic scales that I forgot to bring to Blade Show. And
you can trade them for your sharpener.
And your P&W Fun Stuff ink pen that I haven't delivered to you yet.
And you'll get your sharpener back.
Yeah, we can do all that on the way to Ohio.
Ryan says send it to Maddie.
Oh, how sweet. All right.
Ryan, dude, I'm going to get a tear in my eyes.
Ryan's already held Shane's prick anyways.
Yeah, Ryan's handled my prick plenty.
Just ship it to me. I'll get it to Maddie.
I wish I could tell the story of how mine and Ryan's first encounter actually went, but none of you will find it funny or interesting. But
well, y'all were wasted, weren't you?
No, it was just so funny. We were on our way back from Blade Show. I think we were on our way back from Huntsville. I think we'd already dropped you off, and it hit me how I knew Ryan. Like I knew him, but it seemed like I've always known him. And then just riding down the road, it hit me how I actually met him. And
Does
got to
Ron
know
have a
him.
sister before you go any further?
No, he doesn't. Have a
Okay,
sister.
good.
And it's hilarious to us because we were in the middle of it, but nobody else will think it's all that funny. But it's just crazy that it never clicked in either one of our minds that we had that happen in the past, something we were both super involved with, and we'd both just forgotten about it. And it was a pretty big ordeal.
Why in the fuck?
I'll tell it Sunday night. How about that? It might not be super exciting to y'all, but I'll tell it.
I want to know, and I want to know why we can't get our faces up except this way.
I don't know.
I've done something jacked up, and it's like I can make us tiny.
Yeah.
Because we're getting ready to sign off anyway. But hey, Maddie, congratulations, buddy. You come in here, you griff for a freaking giveaway. You don't ever dump any super chats, but I appreciate you anyway. Congratulations. I love you guys so much that this is all just fun for me.
Yeah.
Cheap ass Marty.
I'm gonna keep us tiny while we sign out. Guys, you got anything to share these guys except you'll see them over at Said Faction?
Yeah. If all you've ever experienced is store-bought kitchen knives, hit me up. And Nitro V, these are going to be $150.
Oh, yes.
Every penny. So hit me up.
Absolutely. Kyle Coonley, you're ready to do some sharpening, aren't you?
Yep. Have a good one, guys.
But I mean, didn't you say you pretty much caught up? If people have something sharp?
$1.03.
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Buy Little Debbie spin wheel with that, John, at the right store.
Speaking of that, I've got to run get food. I'm not gonna get a Taco Bell, but I love y'all. Peace out. Look out for the guy gal to your left. Look out for the guy gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate, or just hate openly. I love you all anyway. Peace.
Went out because we missed a little bit, but are you high on cigarettes? And when that stuff runs out, you're gonna want to make it. Are you high on cigarettes?
Let's watch two wrongs witness and get high on cigarettes.